Tonight on the Black Channel, we're answering the question about whether or not FBA freedmen need to understand it's in our best interest to support those who undermine us. The Black Channel is live. Unapologetic, unadulterated, and absolutely uncompromising. Greetings, brothers and sisters from around the world, and welcome back to the home, the haven, the stronghold, and the everlasting super fortress of intelligent black thought. We are the Black Media, and this is the Black Channel. And I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the voice of Black America, the Black Authority, broadcasting to you live from the only historically Black college, university, or higher education and learning in the cosmos. You are, of course, welcome to join us. And join us you shall, because on tonight's program, we're going to be examining a question here as election year is in full swing and everyone is squadding up and choosing their sides and things. I think it is apropos, look it up, I think that it is fitting and appropriate that we do a little bit of analysis here. Last night, we got a phone call. We got a phone call from a little fellow named Lou. And a lot of the people there, I do my program for the purposes of having educational and teaching moments. And boy, Lou sure was one of them. And what I want to do is I want to play some of the audio there so that you all, if you didn't listen to it last night, and what in the world have you been doing if you weren't listening in last night? That's the first question I'd have to ask. But if you weren't listening in last night, what I want to do is I want to start some audio here so you can hear what was said. Because I think that we need to have a discussion about whether or not FBA freedmen need that we have to support groups that actively undermine us. And I want to have a comprehensive conversation, not some tertiary surface conversation. I want us to have an in-depth conversation about this tonight. Let's go ahead and play the audio. Caller from area code 951, you're on. Let's try.
Hi, my name is Lou, calling from Riverside, California.
Okay, your name is what, sir?
Lou.
Okay, Lou from Riverside, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm not an FBA. I'm actually from the continent. So my question is, like, a lot of the previous callers.
Okay, now let me start off with one thing here. There is absolutely nothing wrong, negative, derogatory, so on and so forth. Being from the continent is not a negative. Not being one of us is not a negative. That is not automatically a negative. No, that is not a negative. What is your behavior? Oh, well, that is what creates a negative. Not where you're from, what you're doing.
Like, most of them have grievances with the Democratic Party. So, like, what's the plan? So we have two candidates. It's either going to be Donald Trump or Joe Biden. So the FBA's plan is just to sit it out, or to look for a third party. You know, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Why?
Why?
Why does it matter to you?
Well, it matters to me because, I mean, there's a lot at stake. I personally was, voting for a candidate that was rooting for reparations, and somebody that could be persuaded to our agenda, me being an immigrant as well.
Okay, well, sir, slow down. Reparations, you said you voted for a candidate who favored reparations, correct?
Well, so...
okay, sir, that's what you just said. Yes or no? You just said that you were backing a candidate who supported reparations, correct?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Why would that be important to you? You're not eligible.
I understand. Oh, well, because,
Who was the candidate
that I voted for was Marianne Williamson. She was
nigga, please.
She had she had the
there you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. There you go.
But I mean, I'm not gonna vote for her on the final right now because I'll be voting for Joe Biden.
There. All right, so let me interject here for a moment so you can see when he began the phone call. He started out to my, oh yeah, I'm all for reparations there, but I really want to know, well, what's the plan? What are you all gonna do? And then he brings in something that isn't really associated to him like that. Now that does not mean that you have to be one of us in order to support reparations. I'm not from South Africa, but certainly I have always supported removing the Boer. I don't have to be South African to support that. I'm not jumping in the way. I'm not trying to undermine Julius Malema. I'm not telling Julius Malema, well, if you don't do it like this here, we're going to work with the Boers to undermine you. See, there's the difference. We are not going over there and linking up with the Afrikaners and saying, well, if you make a deal with us, we will undermine the native South Africans. That's the difference. You do not see us linking up with the white in Africa. We're not trying to tell them, well, there are no black Candace Owens. There are no FBA Freedman Candace Owens going over to Africa and linking up with the white government or the white establishment over there and saying, let me go ahead and help perpetuate what you're doing. See, there's the difference. You don't have a black Candace Owens leaving America going over there and saying, we're from America and these folks over here, they're all backward and they got it wrong. See, there's the problem. You don't have that. That's the difference right there. We are here to support. What we do is go over there and find out, okay, who's moving? Who's hustling on them? We're moving in one direction. The same folk we were moving against on the continent of America, those would be the same ones we would take up right where we left off at, moving against them on the continent of Africa. We wouldn't change it, not one bit. That's the difference. He's come all the way over here and he's saying, by the way, let me undermine. Let me link up with these other folk over here and get something specifically for me. See, that's the difference between us. When we sprinkle down, we get something for everybody. Because we understand that's how you destabilize and remove white supremacy. But when you're thinking with a tribal mindset, and you're thinking of yourself not as black first, but a member of your tribe first, then there's where the problem comes in. Let's go ahead and resume the audio. There you go. Yeah.
Out of $1 terms.
Of course you would. You're voting for your lineage and your people. You're not voting for black folk. You're voting for where you come from. So you're voting personal there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When you get on the phone here, well, what do you care what we're doing? What y'all doing over there? Say, well, now, did you see how he tried to play dumb there? Did you see how he tried to play dumb with that? When I said about you voting for your lineage and where you come from, what do you mean there? You saw how he tried to play dumb, and this is what I mean by deceitful, lying, scamming, right off the bat. He knew that. Oh, what do you mean? Your lineage and your people. You're not voting for black folk. You're voting for where you come from. So you're voting personal there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. When you get on the phone here, well, what do you care what we're doing? What y'all doing over there? Say, well, you're not with us anyway, so why is it important to you?
Well, I mean, we're as a collective, as black people, right? Even though I'm not FBA, I'm still black. I have to exist in America.
You're neither talking like it nor acting like it there, because the issue here is that Joe Biden is undermining our agenda. Now, you heard that there. He's talking about, well, I'm a black person in America. Notice he kept doing that. So they've been listening to us to see the terms that we use and the context in which we use them. And like any con artist, they begin the sentence. This is what the Democrat Party does. They begin the sentence repeating what we've said and then take a swerve to take it off in a different direction and say, oh, well, you really need to use it over here, though. And then it leads right back to where they were. So they think they can, everything for them is trying to pull a bait and switch and just trying to see if they can figure out how to do the bait and switch and get us to go ahead and start biting on it. There isn't anything, there is nothing about Joe Biden that is pro-black, period.
So, I mean, if I had a choice, I would go with either Dr. Cornel West or Jill Stein.
Okay, and none of them support reparations either. Now, why would you vote? No, sir.
If you go on Jill Stein's website, it says that she'll give a minimum of $12 trillion for reparation. Okay,
you just named Mary Ann Williamson and Cornel West.
Well, what I'm saying is...
wow, okay, sir. See, here's the issue we have right here. Why is it you all can't... Everything doesn't have to be a scam, man. You all can answer a straight question. Everything doesn't have to be a scam and a grift and we lying all the damn time. It doesn't have to be this pathological lying. It doesn't have to be that all the time.
I'm not trying to scam you. I'm just trying to have a conversation.
Okay, sir, you heard who he said was the candidate he was backing, Mary Ann Williamson. You all heard him say that. And then when I pressed him about that, he pivots and turns to, oh, well, Jill Stein. So do you see he's picking five? When I cornered him on one, he backs up and starts naming a bunch of other people. This is not a person talking to you honestly. This is a person trying to manipulate you. This is not a person talking honestly. He said the candidate he supported, Mary Ann Williamson. And as soon as I opened it up, by the way, she doesn't support reparations. Oh, well, Jill Stein. But you didn't say you supported Jill Stein. You said, oh, well, Cornel West. Wait a minute. So do you all see how far that goes? You name the candidates that you meant, and then you're going to jump off and talk about Jill Stein. No, sir. You named Mary Ann Williamson, Cornel West, and Joe Biden. Now, we're going to stick to Joe Biden for a few moments here. What rational reason would we have for supporting Joe Biden?
Well, I mean, Joe Biden would be a little bit more. I'm just going to be, upfront with you. I'm not really enthused about Joe Biden. He hasn't done, anything, well, at least at the service level, but he's much more persuadable in FBA or Black people's agenda.
Now, did you all hear that first? More of this Democrat Party bait and switch and, well, lesser of two evils. And, well, Joe Biden, when I press him about these things, he starts backing up and then telling you don't have a choice. Well, Joe Biden, at least, at a surface level. So what he was trying to think this through in his head about how I was going to respond and realize, yeah, Joe Biden's not a good look no matter what you do, and you can't really defend him. So then he just says, well, at a surface level, we're voting for surface level. That's what we're voting for. And then sits up and tries to make up some philosophical argument. Well, he would be more persuadable. Persuadable? What have you seen that told you that he would be persuaded of anything? And, I got to that last night as well. So you hear what he's saying here. So what he's trying to give is he's useless, but he's really the only option we got. So you're encouraging us to vote for useless. Not to say here's his track record of accomplishment. Here, vote for useless. Maybe at the surface level, maybe he could be persuaded. Now, this guy isn't advising us to vote for Joe Biden because of surface level. No, he wants us to vote for Joe Biden because there's something specific and tangible that he is going to get.
Than the racist piece of shit, Donald Trump.
Okay, show me what part. So, first of all, how old are you?
I'm 36 years old.
Okay.
And I became a US citizen
Joe Biden has
2 years
been
ago.
Okay. Joe, 2 years too soon. Joe Biden has been president now for 3 years, going on 4 years.
Correct.
What has he done for Black folk specifically in 4 years? that has you so encouraged?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm not too enthusiastic about him, but at least he's kind of trying with the limited amount of, with the House, the Congress, the support that he has.
Okay, sir, no.
Like
You
said,
just claimed that he would be more persuadable. Tell us what he has done.
Correct.
Tell us what he's done second try.
For instance, like with regards to the police misconduct, what's her name? Kristen Clark from Attorney General's office. She went after a lot of these police officers.
No, she didn't. No,
thing.
she didn't, sir. You're lying. And just like Kristen, you all don't come from our lineage. The first thing y'all start doing is lying. Kristen Clark did not do that. As a matter of fact, Kristen Clark dropped cases. Case in point, Carolyn Bryant, the mother of white supremacy, who got Emmett Till killed. Kristen Clark dropped that case. Yikes. There you go. Oh. And this is the reason that you have the new black media. Not folks sitting up here, Ben Crumpin, no offense, Ben, and stumbling over things. We've got to be able to recall these things and point them out accurately to stop people in their tracks when they start lying so that we can very quickly set the record straight. Not having folks lie on for 10, 20 minutes and then folks get lost. I stopped him like a freight train the second he said that and said, no, Kristen Clark, you're lying. Kristen Clark has dropped cases. Now, of course, as you know, as the call went on, I then pressed him to say, name for us the police officers that she's prosecuted. We all saw what a disaster that was when he was pinned down on that. But the first thing I did to stop him was say, no, she dropped cases. Case in point, Carolyn Bryant for the murder of Emmett Till. She dropped that case altogether and said, yeah, we're not pursuing that. Now, that was historic. That was a cold case, and that was historic, and she will forever be remembered for that. But then again, that's not part of her lineage. So that's why Carolyn Bryant isn't really significant to her, which is why Joe Biden and Merrick Garland put her where she is, because, yeah, she's not going to do anything. And there's the whole point about it. But he said it anyway because those are Democrat Party talking points. And if you want to know where he got it from, notice he mentioned Roland Martin, I believe, later. Yeah, that's where he got this garbage from. If you ever want to know what would happen if Jason Black debated Roland, by the way, he would probably lose about 20 pounds running. But if you want to know what would happen, just listen to that call. That's what would occur, because that's what happens when you come with those talking points, and you just saw how easy it was to decapitate it. And this is why I want you all to understand, all you have to do is really just repeat what you hear here and you'll win any debate. Just repeat it. All you have to be able to do is remember it and just repeat it. They don't have a new playbook, but the second he mentioned Kristen Clark, we've covered this for years. I'm not pretending to cover it or remember it. And just that quickly he was decapitated on that. Yeah, if you can't defend her, then what are you really advocating for? But we already know. Oh, there it is.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Now, folks, do you hear that? And he's case in point, Carolyn Bryant, the mother of white supremacy, who got Emmett Till killed. Kristen Clark dropped that case. Yikes! There you go. Oh, there it is.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Now, folks, do you hear that? And he's let me talk right past that right there. Okay. Now, at that point there, you're supposed to be quiet and be like, oh, hell, I got my ass handed to me. Nope, he's going to sit up here and try to redeem it.
I'm just trying to say, like, I'm not, I don't hate the FBA. I don't hate American black people. You hear that? Oh, no,
I don't hate FBA. I don't hate the American black people. Okay, he says that. But as you know, as the call goes on here, it's like, by the way, he's saying those words, everything else. Oh, no, everything's fine. We all together. And as soon as you start getting below the surface, then it wasn't even hard to find the contempt from him. It wasn't even difficult to find it. But you're not with us because you've already said what it is. Joe, your whole thing is that Joe Biden's letting a bunch of your people over here illegally, and you've only been here for 24 months. So yes, the president who's allowing to sit up and come over here, that's what you're doing.
Can I say something? I actually came here to the U.S. in 2003 I got my green card in 2016, and then I had to wait 5 more years to become a U.S. citizen.
Sir,
so I became a U.S.
that's
citizen.
That's a long time
to.
Now, folks, his father was not a U.S. citizen, nor was his mother. He claimed that his father and mother, or he kept talking about his father got offered a job over here. Excuse me, your father wasn't over here. He didn't say anything about his father getting citizenship. He didn't say a word about his father getting citizenship. Why does his father need to bring him over here? So he was illegal. His father did not need, he wasn't a citizen, his father snuck his way over here to go, work on a farm somewhere, and he'd been sitting over here, and he claims he got a green card and then citizenship. What he's saying, that doesn't make any sense. A company, quote, brought his father over here and somehow y'all were able to stay for 20 years and weren't even citizens? What the hell kind of worker visa is that? No, they didn't. They came over here and then they stayed, which is why he didn't want to give any details, so he lying his ass off the whole time. Once again, lying, scamming, deceitful. Everything's got to be lying through your teeth. How do you trust somebody who everything they do is lying through their teeth? A long time to be over here. Sounds like you were very illegal.
No, I was legal. I actually went through my dad's employment. His employers petitioned for us, but the immigration system was kind of.
No, sir. No, you're over here illegally, and you just resided. No,
I promise.
You resided. You were residing over here, sir. You were over here illegally. No. Oh, we'll apply for it over here. You were supposed to be applying for it where you were, not here.
No. So what happened was my dad got a job.
Okay, folks, we know that we know he was here illegally because he's telling you that he had to apply for citizenship. Now that tells you that neither of his sir, you're going to be quiet now, or I'm going to quiet you. Sure. You will not talk over the host. You know that he was here illegally because he said that he had to apply for citizenship. That tells you that neither of his parents were citizens, therefore he couldn't be naturalized. He wasn't born in the United States, and yet he came to U.S. soil and, according to him, sat here for over a decade. You were illegal.
So the way, I can explain to you how
you ain't gonna explain a damn. You're not gonna explain a damn thing to me. You were an illegal, and that's why you want Joe Biden because, well, that's the president for the illegals. He don't care what's going on. Well, that 94 crime bill, that was just him going at you Akatas over there. But for the rest of us, he gonna let us over here so that we don't have to sit up here and eat dirt sandwiches no more. Okay, fine. But by the way, don't sit up here and lie about what your motives are.
What are my motives, sir? I don't know why you're upset. I was just trying to have a conversation.
You notice he keeps saying that, oh, I'm just trying to have a conversation. Sound like Kristen Carazon and Candace Owens. I'm just being civil. I'm just trying to have a conversation. No, he's lying and scheming he wants to have a conversation about lying and scheming. And I'm saying, no, we're going to remove the lying and scheming. If you're going to talk, then you're going to have to talk honestly. If you're going to make a case, you're going to make a case for what you're honestly saying, not for the lie you're trying to pass off.
I'm just, I came here with my parents, and my dad's employers petitioned for us while we were back home. So he got a job already when we came over here, and then they started the process for the you have to be here to actually process the green card. You cannot be in your outside country.
They doing illegal stuff, and they're voting for more of the same. That's why he supports Biden. He can't name anything. He literally can't name anything.
I mean, he's not perfect. Like I said, I'm not too enthusiastic about him, but I'm not going to sit here and say. But
the one thing he does do, he hasn't done anything for us, the descendants of the slaves. He hasn't done anything for us. Nothing at all.
Who did?
But you can name what Joe Biden has done absolutely nothing for us, but you can name what he's done for yours. Now that you can. That you can.
No, nothing. He hasn't done nothing.
And
for
that's
me.
the only thing that you're supporting him for is, hey, they gonna do more for us here.
He hasn't done nothing for me though.
Then,
I became a
why would
citizen.
Then there's no reason
years.
to. Then what's the reason to support him? Then you just say he's done nothing for you. Okay, then what the hell kind of insanity is that to support him? Biden has done something for him, as he said. He claims he had a green card before he was made a citizen within the last 2 years. He shouldn't have been a citizen at all. He should have been returned where he came from, along with his father. That is what Biden did for him. So he's sitting here lying the whole time. 2 years ago, well, I got my citizenship. Oh, that is what Biden did for you because you were an illegal.
Well, because we have two choices, right? And one of the president, or one of the person that holds the power, can be persuaded, can be petitioned, can be lobbied. The other one is like, no, I only work for white supremacists only. I don't care about none of you, colored, blacks, immigrants, and all that stuff. So, I mean, there's only two choices that we have. So I'll kind of.
Okay, now did you hear what he just said? Oh, well, Trump, I don't care about you coloreds, black, immigrants, or anyone else. Now, he started off trying to pass off that con job and that lie. Oh, I'm with you and we're all the same. But you see, when I keep pressing him about that distinction, by the way, when I keep pressing about that difference, he's the one who starts separating. And then he starts admitting where he really is. Oh, well, the other one, he got something with, wrong with black and brown and colored and immigrants. Notice, I wasn't the one who broke him off into identifying as immigrant. He was the one who went off and did that one. He's the one who went off to do that one.
We stuck. Well, I mean, we can do, like a third party as a collective, like to kind of protest vote. But the numbers are showing that if we do that, we actually. Okay,
sir. The problem with what you just said is that you've already conceded that. Oh, well, we can persuade Joe Biden. But Joe Biden is more persuadable for a black agenda.
Correct. Yes. Well, I mean, yeah. Right. Compared to Donald Trump, I think that's what I was trying to mean.
Yeah, and when we ask you where's your proof of that, and you can't name a single thing. So all that leaves is, by the way, he lets us illegals over. So we're pro that. You claim that there's something there, but you can't name what it is.
I don't understand where you're calling me. I don't understand why you're
calling me illegal. Sir, you claim Joe Biden has some black credentials that we should be supporting, and yet you can't name what it is. Show us his accomplishment for black people specifically that has encouraged you to think that he's persuadable to help us on anything. What have you seen him do specifically for black folk?
Like the police reform, you mean?
There is no police reform, sir. There is none.
Well, because Tim Scott kind of held, the
okay,
vote.
Sir. So in other words, scamming and lying again. You're invoking something that's never even happened. There is no law and there is no police reform either. Now you all notice, just to make sure that he couldn't get away with it, you notice that I kept saying police reform, the same thing that he said. And I just kept asking, tell me about this police reform. Tell me what it is. Name it for me. And what I'm saying is, once again, these are these Democrat Party, DNC, Roland Martin talking points. They're not even very well educated on them. So they're just repeating the words that they heard among these Democrat Party puppet platforms. They don't even know what they are. Now they're coming amongst us, who this is what we do all the time, and trying to pretend as if they're familiar with it and that there's some secret plot that they know about that we don't know about or we're not aware of. And I kept saying, tell me about this police reform. And he couldn't give you a single detail beyond that. He couldn't even name what the so-called law or proposed law is. couldn't name it. And yet that's what he was staking his flag on, just like Kristen Clark. He's sitting up here caping for Kristen Clark, claiming that she's done things. And when you ask him, okay, what has she done? Well, I don't remember. Okay, well, Joe Biden, police reform, tell us what it is. I don't remember. Sounds like you're a scammer and a liar. If you're going to defend him, shouldn't you be able to tell us specifically what it is? Unless, of course, you're lying, in which case, that's going to fall apart quickly. Nor has he supported it, because it's part of your culture. Sir, this so-called police reform that you're referring to, what exactly would it have reformed?
Would it reform? I mean, so because anything that FBA or the black population in America wants, they have to go, by Congress and the House, and then the president will sign for it. That's, basic civics, right? So,
Notice I asked him what did it reform, and you notice he goes off on something else, lying and scamming.
So why are you asking me? What the
scammer is trying to do is trying to say the George Floyd Policing Act. That's what he's trying to reference, and we've already debunked that for years. There's nothing to it. Nothing.
No, I mean that wasn't even passed.
Okay, but sir, you don't even know what the name of the so-called police reform. Somebody talking about police reform. You all don't even know what the name of it is. The host does. I know what it is because I've been watching it the whole time. And there's nothing to it. It doesn't do anything. Not about qualified immunity. It doesn't do anything. We need more training. We need more oversight. We want to collect more data. What it doesn't do is make an anti-black hate crime bill law and then prosecute the police. Because here's the thing. The laws are already on the books to deal with police. We don't need a new law. What you don't have is a Justice Department that is enforcing the law. And you sitting up here arguing as if they need to do something. Well, if they can just pass this, if we could just get Tim Scott to get out of the way. They already have 4 or 5 laws that execute anything you could possibly imagine. If it's not happening, it's because they don't want to enforce. Yes, sir. At the federal level, there's already 3 or 4 laws at the federal level that allow them to protect us against police violence already. If it's not happening, it is because they're not enforcing it.
I mean, the Civil Rights Division has been doing a lot of things, but they still have.
Now, did you all see what he just did there? So, he was decapitated because all of a sudden he doesn't want to talk about the police reform, Joe Biden's proposed police reform. He doesn't want to talk about that anymore. He's now switched back. First he was on Kristen Clark, then he's going to Joe Biden. Now he switched back over to Kristen Clark and the Civil Rights Division, which we already pointed out she hasn't done anything either. So do you see how quickly he abandoned that? It didn't take me 5 or 6 facts to decapitate him. It took 1. Just 1. Now, I don't mean to turn this into a debate class, but what I'm saying is, by the way, this doesn't seem like a very honest broker here. If the point he made about the police reform, don't you mean George Floyd? Oh, yeah. If the point about that were actually truthful, why would he be abandoning it already? If you're being honest and truthful, why are you abandoning it as soon as you said it? All I had to do is say, by the way, you don't even know the name of it. Tell us the details that are for us. Well, the Civil Rights Division, you abandoned it just that quickly? This fleeing thing doesn't seem stereotypical anymore. He's abandoning and fleeing from his own point just that quickly. Well, I'll be damned. Now it just seems like it's smoke and mirrors now, isn't it? Not a good look. The federal level, there's already 3 or 4 laws at the federal level that allow them to protect us against police violence already. If it's not happening, it is because they're not enforcing it.
I mean, the Civil Rights Division has been doing a lot of things, but they still have
name three prosecutions that they've done, sir. Name them. Go.
you're talking about the. I mean, I can Google it.
No. You've done it. Now he's going to stand up. Now he's saying, let me go Google it and find out. Now he just made a definitive statement that he's saying, wait a minute, I need to Google. By the way, do y'all remember the last time I was talking to a tether and I told him, by the way, I'll let you go Google it. I'll let you go look this up. Do you all understand that? This is not Jason Black versus a caller. This is Jason Black versus a caller and Google. I'm sitting here. Remember the last fellow who tried that and I said, by the way, I'll let you go Google that. I'll let you go Google it. Now, folks, do you see a pattern forming here where I can get on the phone with these folks and tell them, by the way, you can go ahead and Google that. They want to go run into Google. Do you all see a pattern forming here? You're not an honest broker in a conversation when you're throwing things out there as fact, and the second that you're challenged on it, you say, wait a minute, let me go look it up on Google. Let me go see if Google can give me an example of what I just told you is my reason for supporting these people. Wait a minute, if you already have that as your reason, why the hell do you have to go look it up to see if you can find an example or find if it's true? Unless you're trying to say a lie and then saying, boy, I hope nobody questions this. Let me say a lie first and see if somebody questions it. And then if they question it, oh, hell, let me go see if I can find something to substantiate it. So you all watched and witnessed me dismantle these things multiple times in real time with just a single question. This guy right here, he makes a claim and then says, wait a minute, let me go to Google and see if I can find it. So he's claiming that the Justice Department is doing things for us first and then going to check and see if it's a true statement later. So they know that these are the things that these departments are supposed to be doing for us. They know that our conflict about it is legitimate and our objections are legitimate. And then they're claiming you shouldn't be upset. They're already doing it. So they're passing off to us make-believe. So yeah, we know that you all are legitimate, what you're saying they're not doing, but we're going to tell you they are doing it. And we just hope that you'll go along with it. Well, if I say this lie with conviction, let's see if you go along with it. If I say this lie with all my heart. And he literally sat here and said a bald-faced lie, knowing it was false. And understand, if he's called me up and done this, how many other people is he trying to do this with on a daily basis? Where he's just saying things, and then you multiply him by how many others there are out there. Multiply it by all of them, and they're getting out here, they're telling lies first and hoping you will not ask the question, show me your proof of it. Oh, well, I can Google that for you. If you have to Google it, then you're lying. If you have to Google it, then you're lying. If you all agree that that is not being truthful when you have to operate that way, give me the Pinocchio nose emoji in the chat room and hit the likes button for me. It's over 3,800 people in here live in just the first 30 minutes. But if you all agree with me that that's not honest, give me the Pinocchio nose emoji in the chat room and hit the likes button for me. Also, I want to send a shout out here and thank everyone who has contributed to tonight's program. Shout out here to my man Burn Rubber, spending his weekends here as always. We appreciate that. My man Terrell Black, the Rally for Reparations is on the 15th. So definitely you want to support that as well here. My man Mr. Richburg, Brenda, and everyone else here, thank you very much for your support. This fella here is sitting here trying to be dishonest. He couldn't even cover it up. And I'm just showing you all, by the way, if y'all will just simply say, show me your proof. Folks, stop being afraid to just say, hey, show me your proof. I'm not taking your word for nothing. Show me your proof. Show me your evidence that what you just said is true. Show it to me. Then the first thing, they will not rattle back and answer. They're going to just, oh, can I get to Google? Can I look this up? Folks, if the record were really there, he would be rattling it off. You notice he rattled off the candidates. Did you notice that? He rattled off the candidates and then started lying through his teeth about what the candidates were doing. So that tells you, wait a minute, if you're naming these candidates, there must be something about them that you specifically know, but that's not what you're presenting us with. There's something about, you're able to name the candidates, but you're being lying and dishonest about what it is you claim they're doing. So I just proved that they're not supporting reparations. Kristen Clark is not defending our rights. Joe Biden is not defending them. So why is it? So that would make no difference between Joe Biden and Trump, and yet you stomping for Biden real hard. There's only one thing that we know about Biden that we don't know about Trump. There's only just one that pertains to you. Just one. Just one. And you're not voting for Biden because you think you need to persuade him. That's not your reason for voting for Biden. You want to vote for Biden not because of what you hope he'll do. You're voting for Biden because of what he's already done. And you want him to keep doing it. So lie after lie after lie. At first, now he wants to go looking for something. Why can't you just name it? Sir, I just sat up here and named the case about Carolyn Bryan. I sat up here and named the George Floyd Policing Act. I named this off the top of my head. You just claimed several times lying because they lie and scam because life is what they do. And he can't even tell you he can't name one case to substantiate the lie he just told. He can't even name one. He claims they're doing all this stuff. Yeah, they're doing so much stuff, he can't name a single one.
I mean, I don't have like the cases on me.
Okay, then and so you're just gonna lie and claim that they did something that even you know full well you're lying about. What I'm saying is based on the limited, power overreach that the federal government has. Sir, what did you tell us? What you have seen that tells you that they've done anything?
I mean, Kristen Clark has been doing a lot of the,
90 seconds.
Okay, we asked you name three prosecutions.
Jason, I cannot name you.
Now, did you notice he did it again? He started with Kristen Clark, he jumped to Joe Biden, and he jumped back to Kristen Clark again. Justice Department back to Kristen Clark. When he was asked the same question, tell us what she's done. Oh, she's prosecuting people. Name 3 of them. I can't name even one. Now, you just heard him say, I can't name any. Then, in other words, you've been lying this whole time. You lied the whole time. You sat here all this time saying she's done great and wonderful things. Okay, tell us what she's done. I can't name any of them. Well, then you're just lying. You never saw anything. So why is it you are supporting her with so much fervor then? Why are you going on and on and on, lying and lying and lying about this? Why are you doing that? There must be something that she's doing that you want to support, but you're afraid to tell us what it is. Because you're claiming that it's going to benefit us, and yet you can't name what it is. But I don't think you're supporting her for no reason. I think you're supporting her for a reason. So there's something that her and Joe Biden are doing that you can name. You're just afraid to tell us what it is. Oh, we already know what it is. Well, he's going to do something for my tribe. He's going to do something for folks from my tribe. Yeah, I'm not really worried about white supremacy. He's going to do something for my tribe, though. So however he does the rest of y'all, that's okay. But as long as my tribe benefits, I'm good. So did you all see what happened there? When you pinned him down, when you cornered him in, he eventually admits, yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. And the point is, it isn't that there's nothing. There specifically is something. But he's got to lie about what it is.
I mean, I don't have like the cases on me.
Okay, then and so you're just going to lie and claim that they did something that even you know full well you're lying about.
what I'm saying is based on the limited, power overreach that the federal government has.
Sir, what did you tell us?
Clark,
what you have seen that tells you that they've done anything?
I mean, Kristen Clark has been doing a lot of the,
90 seconds.
Okay, we asked you name three prosecutions.
Jason, I cannot name you the cases and all.
Alrighty then.
Lie.
Answer this way,
sir. That is name three prosecutions.
Jason, I cannot name you the cases and all that stuff.
That's because, and that is because what you said is a lie.
Answer this way,
sir. That is because what you said is a lie. That's why you can't name anything. You couldn't name George Floyd. You couldn't name Carolyn Bryant. And now you've had to admit, yeah, I'm just lying.
Seconds.
I'm just making this up. I'm just lying. I'm just lying. And this is why your agenda and ours are totally separate, because you have to lie. Therefore, we can't work with you because you've already confirmed, yeah, he's lying. He wants us to support Biden, and yet he's lying about why he wants this to happen.
But you guys need our votes too, because with your vote, you cannot make any type of changes. So we've made
plenty of changes. Sir, tell me one place in the. Now you see how the psychology is beginning to crack. Do you see now how his psychology is beginning to crack? Now that we've made it very clear, none of these folk you trying to get us to vote for, none of them are worth supporting there. So what's your real agenda? Now the psychology is cracking. Well, you still need to support what we're doing. You need to support us. You still need to support what we're doing. So yeah, these candidates are not doing anything for you, FBA Freedmen. They're not doing anything for you, but you need to support the candidates who are doing something for us because you need us. Yeah, they're not supporting your agenda, but you need us. So you need to support the candidates that we support who are only doing something for us because supporting them will help you because you need us. Do you see how twisted and screwed that is? You wish we needed you, but do you see how twisted and screwed that is? Agenda and ours are totally separate because you have to lie. Therefore, we can't work with you because you've already confirmed, yeah, he's lying. He wants us to support Biden, and yet he's lying about why he wants this to happen.
But you guys need our votes too, because with your vote, you cannot make any type of changes. So we've made
plenty of changes. Sir, tell me one place in America where black folk need the illegal alien vote.
Well, no, what I'm saying is I'm not talking about like illegal immigrants.
Okay, explain to me. Okay, sir, explain to all of us here, how is it that we single-handedly got all the Civil Rights Acts passed with no immigrants, no illegal aliens involved at all, and we were 11% of the population back then? If we need you, how did we do that back then when there were fewer of us?
Well, because during the civil rights era, black people were very active in the political discourse.
Okay, but no illegals. We didn't require any illegals. We did. Now you heard him right there. He said back then black folk were very active. Now you all are very lazy and not voting. Did you get that? So if you're not running and caping for him, oh, you lazy because you're not coming to cape for me. Did you all get that? Did you hear what he considers you lazy if you're not coming to cape for him? We need you. How did we do that back then when there were fewer of us?
Well, because during the civil rights era, black people were very active in the political discourse.
Okay, but no illegals. We didn't require any illegals. We didn't require any illegals.
And they're not voting. They're making up a lot of these nuances.
Sir, how did we do that all those decades ago without illegals? How did we do that without you all?
Well, actually, if you look at the voting numbers and stuff, at least for the Democratic Party, it's a mixture of African diaspora.
We got the Civil Rights Act passed in the 1960s with no illegals or immigrants. No illegals or immigrants were required or involved. So if we can't do it without y'all, how did we get that done without you?
Because things have changed now. Things have the voting power of Black Americans, all the FBAs have changed.
Why? Why?
Well, because they're not being active in the political discourse. So
no, you're lying. Now he's lying. So what are you trying to say, that you're going to pick up the slack for promoting our agenda? Because I just proved that you're not backing our agenda. So what do we need you for, to go against our agenda? You need us to go the polls against your agenda. That you need that. Lying again, because that isn't what you said. He's lying again. That's not what he said. You said that we were lazy.
Well, yeah, I mean, like with regards to like local votes that matters.
What? Do you all now? I started off the phone call by telling you, by the way, he started off with all that, us and we and reparations and us and we're all together. And as soon as you applied the pressure, when he first made it clear, this like, trying to tell us about what we need to be doing, eventually, isn't that amazing? You get around to all the white supremacist talking points. Oh, well, y'all are lazy and you need us, and we're hardworking and we get things done. Of course, we couldn't get anything done where we are, but don't let that get in the way. You notice that he starts running down all of their little undermining talking points. Now, if these things were his core convictions, what he was saying at the beginning, how in the hell did he end up here? How in the hell did he end up right here where the others come from with their tribalism? How did he end up here if what he was saying at the beginning of this phone call was in fact his core conviction? You notice all we had to do was apply the pressure. I debunked his talking points, and then the real thing starts to come out. Then you notice the real thing starts to rear its ugly head. Right then. Me disputing something here or questioning something here, that you can say whether or not you can agree with that or not. But what I'm saying is, now, what in the world was it that brought you around to this? Because we've heard this little derogatory thing before. And by the way, this is what the white folks say about you tethers also. And yet you're using that same talking point there that we've heard before from those who come from your background. How did you end up here? How did you end up coming to this talking point? Because that wasn't the way you were talking when you first got on the phone. You weren't talking like that then, but you're talking like that now. So how exactly did you get here? How did we get to this point? Because that wasn't the energy you were giving off when you first got on the phone. I mean, what's the solution? I mean, what's the plan? We are doing this, and, they're not doing stuff for us. And, I support reparations, and, what about we and us? So is he including himself in the lazy thing when you talk about we and us? He's been here since 2003. Is he including himself in that? Or is he only talking about folks who are not from his point of origin? I want you to understand that there. I want you to understand that. And that's sure as hell not what he was saying at the beginning. He wasn't saying that. Just apply a little pressure. Be ready for the usual propaganda talking points. Be ready to debunk them. They're going to just tell you the Democrats been doing more for us than these other folks. Tell them, name exactly what it is. No. Don't be general. Name the law. No. Don't be general and vague. Name the prosecution. Name the white supremacists that these folks have been putting. Name the police they've been locking up. Name them. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Did you get that? When you approach it from this standpoint, do you see how they fell like dominoes just that quickly? But I say that because that phone call actually initiated a different line of discussion here. One that I think is worthy of investigating further. Do we need folk like that? He insists that we do. He insists that no matter what they say, that it is in our best interest to support him and his kind and what they doing. Why, you need us, even if we have open contempt for you. What he's telling us is that the illegal alien agenda is our agenda, is what he's saying. He's telling us the illegal alien agenda is our agenda and that we need them for political support and political backup. And I thought that this would be an interesting line of discussion to have for tonight. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to take a very brief commercial, non-commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to open up the phone lines. And we're going to have a talk about this tonight because what I want to do is do some clearing the air on this situation and on exactly what the terms are and exactly who it applies to and who it doesn't. We need to make sure that we clear the air on that. So we're going to take a very brief commercial, non-commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to do some clearing of the air on that. Then we may see about taking a few phone calls after that. This is the Black Channel.
Hello, my name is Steve Burgess, and I'm the author of this book, Guidelines for the Successful Student, a closer look at parenting your school-aged child. In this book, I've explained the role of the parent and the student in addition to what accommodations, procedures, rewards and consequences and expectations that need to be in place to ensure student success from primary to high school. This book is available on Amazon.com. For more information, please visit my link tree at Easy One-on-One. And to access my latest podcast, A Teaching Moment with Mr. B. Thank you all for listening.
A white supremacist assassin seeks revenge. Corrupt FBI agents with evil intentions. Dangerous black collaborators dedicated to treason. Occam Jeffers must defeat them all and somehow survive. One misstep and he's a dead man. Join Occam Jeffers as he looks the devil in his blue eyes and tells him, Black first. A sequel to the underground hit War of the Heart, Spirit of 1811 Publishing presents God Love Us, on sale at Amazon. Pre-order and save today. Visit spiritOf1811publishing.com and show your love.
Order yours today to experience all the benefits of Ash Kickin' Body Butter. With skin so smooth and soft, you'll thank us for it. Shop Ash Kickin' online. That's ASHKICKIN.com.
Hi, this is Brenda Starr, creator of Poetry with a Purpose and author of the book Pressed But Not Crushed. Pressed But Not Crushed is an anthology of political poems that address current and historical issues in American descendants of slave population and African American population. The book describes slavery and its residuals, Jim Crow segregation, social depredation, and other relevant issues to American descendants of slaves and African Americans, including the current political climate that does not address our issues.
This is the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. Very glad to be with you all here this evening. And we are having a discussion prompted by last night's phone call about, do we need groups who undermine us? Do we need groups who undermine us? Here is the issue that we have seen. Let's be clear about something. Let's be very clear about something to all of our brothers and sisters from around the world, wherever they may be. To all of our brothers and sisters around the world, wherever they might be. And by the way, Calamari Chris will be required to call in here when I open up the phone lines. So he'll definitely be required to call in. Glad he's got so much to say. So go ahead and put his information to the side there so we can get on the line. Make sure you keep his page open so to the side, so we'll make sure he gets to the front of the line. Let's go ahead and explain exactly what the issue is here so we can go ahead and lay this out clearly. First of all, let's be clear about this. There have not been 6 and 7 million FBA freedmen leave the United States and end up in South Africa, end up in Zimbabwe. We have not fled the United States by the millions. I'm not even counting those who flee and go to Britain, the Netherlands, these other places. I'm not even going to count those. I'm not even going to count that. You have not had millions of us, enough to populate an entire country. You have not had millions of us. Exodus from the United States, end up in Nigeria looking to see if we can team up with the white establishment there to undermine the Yoruba or the Igbo or the Husafalani or the Delta. You ain't seen that happen. It's never occurred. You can count those of us who've left here, you can count them on one hand. We have not fled all over the place here trying to make sure that we're undermining other people. That's the big difference. You do not have millions of us leaving here and going to the Caribbean to undermine the Jamaicans, to undermine the Haitians, to undermine the Dominicans, to undermine the Puerto Ricans, to undermine the Cubans. You want to talk about assimilating? You want to discuss assimilating? When we leave here, the only thing we want to do is go over there and empower the people who are already there, because you see, we've been winning. We are the only winners that the world has ever seen right here. Ain't nobody winning where that tether was calling from. Ain't nobody winning in those places they calling from. We're the only winning squad going on a century and a half. We're the only ones. So we're trying to take this winning spirit and this triumphant spirit worldwide, because white supremacy is global. These other folks, the difference is they're leaving where they came from by the millions, not by the thousands. They are fleeing and breaking out by the millions. And they're coming where we are by the millions. And they are not looking to assimilate among us. That's the difference. Now, I'm not saying that as a blanket statement or as an absolute, but then again, I'm not going to sit here and play that game of parsing hairs either, because the true riders and the real brothers and sisters in the diaspora, They understand that the reason they have not been able to make progress in their homelands is because callers like him, that's what they full of over there. That's what they got to compete against over there. They didn't become coons when they got here. They was cooning where they are. Cooning is the culture. It's the culture where they come from. And what they have done is export that culture with them. So they're coming over here, picking up right where they left off at. What I'm saying to you is that they were not reliable to support blackness over there. They were undermining the black establishment over there. They were undermining their fellow black citizen over there. And all they've done is pick up stakes, come over here, and pick up right where they left off at. Looking for some white ass to kiss and looking for some other black folk to undermine in the hopes of schmoozing up and kissing up to the white ass they want to kiss. In other words, rinse and repeat exactly where they came from. The same pathology they had exactly where they came from. They were doing it over there. In the words of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, they were useless over there. Now they're useless over here. They were failing over there with this mentality. Now they picked up stakes and told themselves, I wasn't failing. The cope is thick like concrete. I wasn't failing while we was winning. And bringing the exact same failed, stubborn, egotistical attitude right over here. Because remember, people, you cannot fix a problem if you will not face the problem. You can't fix your issues if you will not face your issues. And since they cannot face their issues, they're coming over here and they're being useful tools and useful idiots. But they're not being progressive or constructive at all. Let's be clear about something right here. If they were, then they would already have had the situation where they came from straightened out. They're not doing that either. In other words, these are individuals who are beasts of no nation, as the film is called. They've roamed from one place to another, and they're not building anything. They're not assimilating anything. They're not joining with anything. Truth be told, they're not even joining forces in their own groups. So I said that. They're not making nothing pop off in their own groups. There is no equivalent to Chinatown among these other groups. Then there's no equivalent to that. They're not even really collaborating amongst themselves. They've got this little symbolic cultural thing. So yeah, they try to get married among their group and they might go to church among their group, but they're not challenging the white supremacist authority among their group, and they are not building any power base among their group. This is why you see so many of them, ooh, we blacks for Trump. So they're joining his agenda, not one of their own. Blacks for Biden. So they're joining his agenda without one of their own. And what we're saying is, no. We have an agenda. We have an agenda. We have experience of this. We're the world champs of this, up one side and down the other. So we don't need to listen to you for what we need to do. Your job is to fall in line, which is exactly what we do when we travel outside of America to set up shop in these other places, these African countries and these Caribbean places. We don't show up on their shores telling them, if y'all wasn't so lazy, then y'all could have got this. And we actually have a leg to stand on where that's concerned. Let's just keep it all the way funky. We actually have if we make that criticism, we actually have a leg to stand on where that's concerned. We can actually do that. We have a real leg to stand on. If we went to Jamaica and made that criticism, we would actually have a leg to stand on. We actually would not be lying. And we are not so disrespectful as to do something like that. We could travel to any country on the continent of Africa and say that. It's like, look at these lazy niggas over here. We could say that. And yet we've never crooked our lips to say that. We would never go on African soil and say that. And we would have a leg to stand on. And we would actually have a factual leg to stand on if we made that statement. And we've never done that. You don't have a group of foundational FBAs going to other folks' countries telling them about what they need to do different and that they're not getting the job done because they're lazy. As I said, you don't have an equivalent group of blacks for Trump and blacks for Biden and Candace Owens and Coleman Cruz. They can't point to any of us in their countries of origin and say where we're doing that. You can't name even one. And it's not because we couldn't do it. You can't name even one because it's not in our culture or our code of conduct to do that. So what I'm saying is that when we point out this boot kissing, ass kissing, coon and tether thing, the reason we make that distinction is to say your behavior is what we know you by. There's the difference. Now, the ones who ride with us, there is no seat at the table for you either among them because they recognize all of y'all from where they come from. The folks who ride with us are lockstep with us because they understand, hell yeah, this is what the hell was going on where we come from. Need I remind you all, the Caribbean is one of the most beautiful places on this planet. Take your ass outside the vacation resorts and you journey at your own risk. Same thing in Haiti, same thing in Dominican Republic, going on 40, 50 damn years. In the case of Jamaica, going on a couple of centuries. Marcus Garvey had to come to us. There is no modern day equivalent of Marcus Garvey in Jamaica. We can point to our riders and soldiers generation after generation after generation after generation. When one person has died or been killed, we picked up the mantle, picked up the flag, and continued marching on the mission. Jamaica hasn't seen a Marcus Garvey since. Let's just lay it out like it is. Don't tell me about no Bob Marley. Jamaica lost Garvey, but then again, I can't say you lost Garvey because you never had him. Marcus had to come among the folk who was riding. And he didn't have riders in Jamaica. And the folks in Jamaica who down with the business, they don't have it either. So no, you had Garvey and that was it. It was a wrap. Nikki Jewelry talking about she had the Sandals Resort in Jamaica right now. Ain't gonna set foot outside of it. And what I'm saying is, okay, here's the issue though. Jamaicans are squatters in their own country. What? I said it. Jamaicans are squatters in their own damn country. Y'all can go look online right now with the documentaries about the Jamaicans got an ass to set up their little old carts by the damn resorts. It's supposed to be your damn beach in your damn country, and you have to ask the white folk, can you set up a cart or a t-shirt pop-up stand in front of the damn resorts on your own damn beaches? Yes, I said it.
And deal with it, nigga.
Y'all can go look that up on YouTube right now. They can't even set up shop. They can't take Mexicans coming over here in America illegally with their taco carts everywhere. They can't do that in Jamaica on their own damn beach. Now the white folk can sit up here and set up their hotel and tell the Jamaicans, get your damn cart up out of here. Get your damn pop-up shop out of here. You ain't got nothing on your own damn beach. You want to talk about lazy? Let's not even talk about that, partner. We got you the ability to sit up here and set up your little weed shop sitting down the street. You can't get that popping where you come from. That's our work ethic. We had a work ethic strong enough to feed us, our kids, and a few lazy tethers coming over here. That's a hell of a work ethic. We can't eat off of you. Let's just keep it all the way. We can't eat off you. None of us can go to Jamaica and eat. All we can do is bring the money that we made from where we built. We can't come to Jamaica and eat. We can't come to the Dominican Republic and eat. If we don't bring the money with us, ain't no money to be made there. All you can do is make money off of other people coming there. You can't go to Jamaica and set up shop and eat. We cannot come down to Jamaica and say, okay, let's get this economy popping off. No, all you can do is go to Jamaica and set up shop for a bunch of tourists from a bunch of other places. You can't make no money among the population there. Ain't no money to be made like that, partner. Ain't no money to be made. And got the nerve to say we can't set up camp over there. Well, somebody needs to set up something that's going to do something other than these white folks and these Japanese and these Chinese. Somebody needs to set up something because you ain't doing it. But don't tell me a damn thing. You want to know about that? And no, I'm not going to get into the paternity fraud thing. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not even going to touch that. Let's just keep it on the economics. We ain't really going to get dirty with it. Let me just keep this on the economics. If you would sit up here and abandon the dumb stuff, we could get something a little bit different popping for you. We can't abandon the stupidness. So here we are. And got the nerve to say something otherwise. Let me tell you something, man. Jamaicans know I'm telling the damn truth. Let's just keep that straight up all the way real. They know we're telling the damn truth. They know we're telling the damn truth. It is what it is. Other than being a vacation spot, what's going on? You're looking for outside investment. Outside investment is not going to invest in you as a nation or as a people. See, there's the real stupidity of it. The Chinese are not investing in Jamaica. They're investing in China. Jamaica is just another market for them to increase their investment in China. We are the only people, the descendants of the American slaves, we're the only people that would invest in Jamaica simply because it is Jamaica. We are the only people who would invest in Haiti simply because it is Haiti. We are the only people who would invest in them based on blood alone. In other words, we're the only people ain't looking to come in and carpetbag and exploit the situation. We're the only ones not looking at them and saying, hey, you look a little pretty weak and pathetic down there. Why don't I see if I can eat off of you? Why don't I see if I can exploit? You don't have any of us coming down there setting up shop talking about exploiting you because, oh, take a look at your weak and pathetic condition. Let me see if I can join in with the whites and the Asians and the Arabs and exploit you too. They get off the plane here in America, and when they encounter us, that's not what you hear. Why you hear them say, well, let me see if I can exploit you. Let me see if I can get over on you. I'm going to join together with the whites and Asians and Arabs and get over on you. I'm not going to join forces with you. I'm going to see if I can join forces with them. And now you see why the places that they come from are in the condition that they are in. Because they're already operating that way. And it's a damn shame. It is a damn shame because those places should be paradises. Oh, I'm sorry, those places are paradise. Just not for them. If you've been to Jamaica, then you know what the hell I'm talking about. Y'all know what the hell I'm talking about. If you've been to Jamaica, you already know that. Everybody knows the get down. Not going to go into exhaustive detail there, but by the way, everybody knows the get down. You go to the Dominican Republic, you see them statues of the three white men. Oh, am I saying too much? You see the statues of the three white men. All right, let me just leave that right there. Yeah, you've come a long damn way from Christoph Henry. Yeah, you take a look at that. You were colonized mentally. So you see, the real issue is we are not distinguishing ourselves or delineating ourselves from black folk of like minds. We are distinguishing ourselves and delineating ourselves from, quote, black people who are not of like mind. Let me explain something to you. When I set foot on the African soil, I am not there to undermine the Nigerians. I'm there to look to see how can we get together on this. Let me see where the holes in the game are, and let's see how we can bolster this thing. When I set foot in South Africa, I'm not sitting there coming out of Johannesburg trying to figure out how to undermine anybody there. Let me see who in the hell's working together here. Where's Julius Malema? Who's the like-minded people so we can join forces? And oh yeah, by the way, my paperwork is good on the yard.
And deal with it, nigga.
By the way, one more thing, nigga. My paperwork on the yard is good. My paperwork is good. You can check the documentation. My paperwork is good. I can walk any yard, any cell block, anywhere. My paperwork is good. And ain't scared to put my paperwork on the line. Ain't scared to get questioned. Ain't scared for niggas to sit up here and try to G-check. Ain't scared for nobody. Where you from? What you want? What you bout? Ain't scared for niggas to check the pedigree. That stuff that was going on my phone call with him, I ain't scared of that nigga to do that. Let's get all the way real with it. I ain't scared of nobody to do that. Where you from? What's your position? What you walk like? What's your sign? What set you claiming? What set are you claiming? See, there's where y'all failed the damn test. When I ask what set you claiming, where you from and what set you claiming? Oh, well, I'm from Sierra Leone. Okay, well, that's where you from. What set you claiming? Oh, well, you know, me and the immigrants. And okay, this nigga here on the wrong side. Yeah, you already on the other side. I ain't scared to say that at all. Jason, what do you do when you in South Africa, if you find some folks and they sit up here and question what your credentials are, which by the way has never happened, but in the event that it did occur, if they got organized enough to even ask it, which they don't, but if they were organized enough to even ask it, well, you tell them right here, I'm claiming blackness, and I've come here to lend my strength to the cause. I did not come here to ask what you gonna do for me. I came here to say what I'm gonna do for you. I didn't get off that plane to take. I got off of that plane for what I came to give. That's what I came here for. I did not come to rule. I came to serve. Because you damn near sure need some help. I came to serve. And I will not consider the job to be done unless everybody's eating better. That's the bottom line. But them folks who got their boots on your neck, I'm not going to ignore their presence here. I came here to deal with that. The question is, are you trying to deal with it? Because that's what I came here for. Now, what you about? That's the problem with you. You come over here with your troublemakers. They tell us you come over. They want us you coming over here to make troubles. That's what we get met with. The dumb stuff. I ain't scared to do that. I ain't scared to spell it out in simple letters. I came here to serve the cause. But let's find out what the cause is. Because I heard you might have some riders down here. I seen you with the spears, and I seen you with the blades, and I seen the kill the boer, and I seen that, and I said, somebody might have their head on straight. Let me come kick the tires and see what's going on. Let me see what's cracking with my own eyes. Let me see what's happening. Let me see what's really going on. Let me see if y'all really about that business. See, if the only time you bout that life is when they have you in abject poverty and they've got you on the brink of starvation and struggling, you ain't really about that business. Let me tell you something. We against white supremacy whether we starving. We against white supremacy whether we eating good. It doesn't matter where in the hell on the totem pole we fall. We banging on them 24/7. They sit up here and throw y'all an internet connection and a damn 1996 Razor phone and say, ain't no white supremacy. There is no racism here. You know I need to work harder. Take a look at me. Flip phone. Dude, you ain't about that life. You're not about that life. You're not. Buying y'all off is too damn easy. Buying you off is too damn simple. And to anybody who would make an issue with that, let's be very, very clear about that. Even some of the places you think bougie and got it going on, Turks and Caicos, Kitts and Nevis, let's be very, very clear. The migration is out, not in. The migration is out, not in. You met far more people from Turks and Caicos in America than you've met black Americans in Turks and Caicos. I said it.
And deal with it, nigga.
Let's just put that on the bricks. Let's just put that on the bricks. Let's just be clear about that. Even in the places you think got it going on, by the way, you'd have met far more people from there over here than you've met those of us over here over there. It is what it is. Let's not false flag on that. If things was really popping like that, there'd be a lot more of us over there than there are of you over here. And they can't really afford to lose none of y'all. That's why the young folk over there can happily leave and never migrate back. They sitting over here talking trash. They're not sitting over there talking about, I'm so glad I left America. They sitting over here talking about, I could go back anytime. There's planes leaving every damn day. Get your ass on one. No, you left where it was lame and came to where it's popping, because that's what you gonna do. And it's a damn shame because you sold out the children. Let's just put this all the way real. Jamaica, let me explain to you what the problem is. I'm not even going to confine this to the Caribbean. Let's put this to anything outside of what we doing here is the foundation. Anything outside of us. Let me explain to y'all something here. There's a reason why I keep bringing back to you Mohammed Mossadegh, because you should have seen that before. And Patrice Lumumba was probably the closest thing we had to anything like that would have happened. And you've seen Robert Mugabe and some of the others do similar some things up that vein, but never really going all the way with it. Not the right way with it, because Mugabe made some very big mistakes. And we all know what that big mistake was. But in any case, these folks sit up here, and if they were intelligent about it and not lazy about it, they would have followed the playbook of Mohammed Mossadegh. When BP and these white oil companies were stealing from Iran and giving them pennies on the dollar for a barrel of oil, Mohammed Mossadegh said, I'm so glad y'all built these oil refineries and these oil facilities. We are nationalizing the refineries and the oil facilities. They now belong to the state. Now, what Mohammed Mossadegh did was he went to the UN, he laid out his case at the United Nations, and then he went ahead and did it. Now, you cross your eyes and dot your T's. Hey, United Nations, we getting ready to nationalize it, and this is the basis on which we're doing it, because they've been cheating us for decades. If they had some damn sense in Jamaica and the rest of these places, they would do the same damn thing to Sandals Resort. I said it! Since nobody in Jamaica is gonna stand up for Jamaica, and this nigga calling me up talking about what's the plan, let me tell you what the damn plan should be, where you sat up here and ran so damn fast you still got sand, you ain't even got sand under your feet. It's slick as hell on your balls of your feet. If you had some sense, you would do the same damn thing. We are nationalizing Sandals Resort. We are nationalizing Norwegian cruise ships. We are nationalizing the Hilton. We are nationalizing these things on account of the fact you've been cheating us all this damn time. We're nationalizing those. And you would lay out a comprehensive plan that would enrich everybody. I want y'all to go ahead and take a look into that. Y'all take a look into that. I'm not playing no games about it. I ain't playing no games about that. That's what they would do if they were serious about it. They would do that if they were serious about it. Take a look at that. I just told y'all how to revolutionize the same damn thing. And yes, there is a historical precedent for it. And yes, there is a legal precedent for it. Not just a historical precedent, but a legal precedent. I got to sit here and tell you what the hell it is because the rest of these folks don't know how you exercise power. Power is not given, power is taken. Power is not given, power is taken. But it seems the only thing that they can wrap around their heads is letting these other folks take power from them. And that's why the children don't have anything. The children don't have anything in the place that they came from because the parents and the government and their mothers and their fathers have told them, man, you don't need that. You're doing good like you are. And you're not. And you're not. And what we're saying is we've been walking and marching forward this whole damn time. We ain't trying to march backwards. We've been marching forward all this time, and we are not the least bit interested in marching backwards. So when we start telling them what the hell needs to be done, it's like, hey, when we do that, it's a different damn thing. Let me explain something else to y'all right now. Y'all need to go look up, there's several countries in particular. We could talk about Singapore. We could talk about Monaco. You all need to go look up the financial history of Singapore, one of the richest countries one of the smallest countries in the world, but one of the richest. Oh yeah, by the way, and the country of Monaco, that damn thing is tiny. Monaco is tiny. And take a look at what Monaco has done. Doesn't have a bunch of natural resources to dwell on. It's not some big oil spot, but take a look at what Monaco has done. Take a look at what they did. I was going to say Norway, but you know what? If you take a look at Nigeria, there's absolutely no reason why Nigeria should not be the Norway of Africa. Norway has locked itself into generational wealth. With their sovereign fund, they've locked themselves into generational wealth. Any of y'all who've been to Singapore know what the hell I'm talking about. But the only, let me just say the truth right now. The only thing that the Caribbean wants to do, we talk about being a tax haven. The Caribbean wants to be a scam haven. Folks sit up here and set up a damn mailbox and tell you this is our corporate headquarters and that's all the Caribbean is trying to do. Everything's about having a scam and a grift, as opposed to saying we need to sit down and have a comprehensive plan for how we're going to establish ourselves as an economic stronghold. And there is plenty of precedent for it. Plenty. Kuala Lumpur, Singapore, Indonesia, Norway. There's no reason. You want to talk about the islands, just take a look at Monaco. They ain't nothing but the rich folks escapee place. And you're going to lose in the Caribbean because when Miami gets finished building out, the Caribbean's going to be lame. The Caribbean will be lame by comparison when they finish building out Miami. And they're supposed to have that now. We trying to sit up here and get y'all straightened out, as Dr. John Henry Clark said, to get your house in order. Y'all got a history and a culture of stabbing each other in the back and undermining each other. Then you're coming over here and saying, okay, let's undermine you. And the real riders are sick of it where they came from. What the hell are you doing holding the Nigerian flag and you can't even set foot on it? If you do, there ain't nothing to do. Even if you did, there ain't nothing to do. Ain't nobody eating like that. All they're doing is trying to find the Chinese or the Russians or the French or somebody to sell their souls to. But what they're not doing is building an economic stronghold. And don't even tell me about the places you think are coming up. Don't even tell me about the places you think are. No, sir. Folks want to sit up here and start naming countries. Oh, they read some of this. Some of these folks are coming up. And what I'm saying is, by the way, you haven't checked the paperwork. You have not checked the paperwork. A bunch of these people are making deals, but they're making deals with the exact same Europeans and now the Chinese who were exploiting them before. And I'm telling y'all, there's tricky language in the paperwork. There is tricky ass language in the paperwork. These folks are not investing over there because they think they're going to get nothing. They're investing because they think they're going to walk off with it all. And what I'm saying is that the only folks who are upset with what we're saying here is those who know we telling the damn truth and don't want to hear that. So they're bringing their scamming ass, backstabbing ass behavior over here to see if they can find somebody else to get over on because they screwed up where they came from so damn bad. And can't believe that we ain't going to just sit here and let them do it here. Y'all got something good. Let me come mess it up for you. And we say we got where we are because we have a code. And that code run everything. That's what you've been missing where you come from. And it's a damn disgrace. It is a disgrace what's happening in Jamaica. I've talked about it a dozen times. It's a disgrace what's happening in Jamaica. It's a disgrace what's happening in Haiti. And it always has been. It's a disgrace what's happening in the Caribbean. It's an absolute disgrace what's happening on the continent. Absolute disgrace. The children have lost their inheritance. Now the children are coming over here trying to scam us out of ours. Because their birthright was stolen and sold from up under them. So now they're saying, well, damn it, let me go to America and get over on somebody over there the way they got over on me where I come from. Somebody got over on me. Let me be a cycle of abuser. Let me go get over on y'all. Somebody lied and scammed and stole it from me. Let me come to where you are in Alabama. Let me come to where you are in New York. Let me come to where you are in Atlanta. Let me come to where you are in Dallas and see if I can scam it out of you. Somebody stole my car. I'm not going to get a new car and I'm not going to bust that nigga up the head and go get mine back. Let me go see if I can steal yours. None of us go to the Caribbean or Africa looking to go steal what somebody else got. We're not going over there saying, let me see how I can swindle you out of yours. Let me see how I can get together with the white establishment and swindle you out of yours. Hey, white daddy, if you'll give us a few more shekels here, I'll help you swindle them. I'll help make it easy. I'll go undermine. See, I look like them, so I can move among them different from you. They won't be as suspecting. They're going to be like, okay, we together. I'm going to say, yeah, wink, wink, we are together. See, there's where the difference comes from. And the folks who riding with us, they understand that that's the garbage of it, and that's the damn lie of it. They should be able to eat good where they come from, but they can't. They can't eat where they come from. The folks who riding with us, those are the soldiers who've been sick to death of this for decades. They've been sitting here watching it and suffering under it for decades, hearing the same damn excuses year after year, decade after decade. But what they can't do is get some folks to get together with them and say, okay, we're going to lock this in and ride on it, but you got to have a code of conduct. And they know they can't have a code of conduct because they know where they come from. As soon as a white person shows up and tells them, hey, come on over here, Jamaica Jamal. Hey, whose side are you on with this here? Of course I be with you, man. Okay, I was a little bit worried about you. You're wearing that Rastafarian cap. Ah, man, I do not wear this right. Don't worry about that, man. They think that's their no bumba clada. I'm not worried about that. No. I can take these off. We put this to the side. Yeah, where you got the little white broad over there? The little red head you brought with you there. Yeah, we gotta look at the ass on that one. Yeah, sugar man. You got more like that. You got some more like that. There goes the unity there. There goes the coalition. There goes the code. Where they bring the white women? Oh, look here. She look like Honey Boo Boo. And she smell like it there. But, oh, you know, man, beggar can be choosers here. I'm a rental dread. I'm on the beach here, man. Couldn't make it in Palm. Rental dread, come on over here, you Gilbert Grape looking broad. Come here. That's the tourist economy. That's the homegrown tourist economy. So when we start talking about some real stuff, no wonder they're looking at us crazy. What you talking about? Where that white women? I don't see nothing there. What you come over here? What you say? You talk about work? I hear none of that, man. None of that. All right. This is why we can't get nothing popping, and the riders over there can't get nothing popping either. Let me explain to y'all. When you talk about them places, you talk about Fire Festival and this, that, and the other, and shout out to the females over there. They try to get a little bit of something popping for the ones who ain't sitting up here hoeing. They try to get a little bit of something popping. They understand the need for it. I respect that. Absolutely, I do. But they understand they ain't got no backup. The riders who are with us understand, yeah, you can't really ride for the home country like that because you don't have any backup. You ain't got no backup. You don't have a bunch of folk on code with you. There's no backup for you to rely on. There's no backup for you to link up with. There ain't nothing. So that's why you got to come over here and talk greasy. They ain't backing you up over there. They're not backing you up. There's no reason why Jamaica shouldn't be the Singapore of the Western Hemisphere. And no reason that Haiti shouldn't be right behind it. Man, do I got to get gully with it. Folks, The Godfather Part 2. I'm not inventing nor reinventing the wheel. Most of y'all have seen The Godfather Part 2. Hyman Roth. Yes, that was hypothetical, but you know what the hell you were seeing. Hey, if we put some major investment in Cuba, we're going to be the richest damn gangsters on the planet. We're going to run the damn thing and be the richest folk on the planet. Explain to me why Jamaica ain't did that. Haiti ain't did that. None of these places. Let's just keep it real. Turks and Caicos ain't really popping like that. Folks, I mean, I'm just saying it's nice if you like a big beach house. If you like a little place there and some water, that's cool. Come on now. Hey, you can't compare Turks and Caicos to Singapore. You can't. And they're in the Western Hemisphere. You can't compare those two. You can't compare those two. You can't. And what I'm saying is that's a damn shame because that's a whole damn waste. It really, really is. Really is. You take a look at Malaysia. Folks, do you understand that at one time the Petronas Towers were the tallest buildings on the planet? Do you understand that? At one time, the Petronas Towers were the tallest buildings on the planet, and I'm talking about within the last 20 years. Within the last 20 years. Do you understand that? I want you all to do something right now. I want you all to do something right now. For everybody here listening, if you want to know why it is that we are cracking down on this as hard as we are right now, I want you to do something right now. I want you to look up something right now. I want you to look up something right now, and I want you to watch and witness here, because this is the reason why I do what I do. If other folks will not do this, I want you to understand this. I want you all right now to go to Google, including the little boy who was on the phone last night, since you like Google so much. For anybody who doesn't like what I'm saying, go to Google, and I want you to look up how many square miles is Monaco.
What?
Oh, man. Go look up how many square miles is Monaco. This place is filthy rich. It's a playground for the rich. Surely it's got to be gigantic. I want you to go look up how many square miles is Monaco. Do y'all see that number in that chat room? Do y'all see that? How many of you knew that? How many of you knew that? This is the haven of intelligent black thought. This is the only historically black college university of higher education and learning you will experience anywhere in your lives. Did you all know that that was Monaco? Because I was hinting at it before, but Jason already knows this. Did you all know that Monaco is less than a square? Jason, is this number serious? It isn't even one? You could fit that place in Central Park in New York. No, I'm not kidding. You could fit it in Central Park in New York. If you have walked from one end of Central Park to the other, you walk further than Monaco. And you didn't know that. And nobody else has talked to you about this, but you telling me that I'm busting your hump and I'm rubbing you the wrong damn way when I'm telling you that we cracking down on cooning. You want to hear about selling out your children's birthright? You want to hear about lazy nigga? Damn! You want to hear about lazy? What you gonna teach me? What exactly is it you are gonna teach me again? I can't hear you. What were you going to teach me? I couldn't tell. Folks, now for your next assignment. For your next assignment, look up and Google how many square miles is the nation of Singapore. Oh, folks, you thought this was going to be a different kind of discussion tonight. Y'all about to learn all kinds of things. And this isn't Jason Black talking. This is Google talking. So you can't claim that it's biased in favor of what I'm saying. Go and look that up for yourselves, folks. How many square miles is the nation of Singapore? Oh, man. I'll be damned. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, am I hurting feelings right now? Am I hurting feelings? Oh, I ain't done with you yet. I ain't done with you yet. See, y'all, you gonna learn today. You gonna learn today. I ain't bull jiving. You gonna learn today. You gonna learn not to fool with this. Not at all. All right, folks. Now go and look up how many square miles Turks and Caicos is. Oh, we going there with it. Nah, we ain't gonna have the discussion you thought we gonna have. We going there with it. Go take a look at how many square. Mental OG, you trying to get ahead of us. You trying to get ahead of us. We slow burning. We slow basting. We slow basting this. I'm taking you from the bottom to the top. We slow basting. We slow basting. Look at that right there. Do you see what you can compare that to? Do you all see what you can compare that to? I'm showing you how to make economic comparisons. When you are talking about equal, let's compare apples to apples, equal land masses. We gave them 240 square miles. We're giving you 240 square miles. Take a look at what they did and take a look at what you did. Take a look at what they did. Take a look at what you did. Next up, you all can go and Google how many square miles. Somebody beat me to it in the chat room. They're trying to get ahead of me here. How many square miles is Trinidad and Tobago? How many square miles? You Go look that up for yourselves. How many square miles is that? Wait a minute. You got more square miles than Singapore? How can that be? Because I'm taking a look at y'all's performance over here. How can that be? Singapore is only 283 square miles? But Trinidad is a little less than 10 times. Really? Really? Huh. How are we doing this? How are we doing this? Oh, y'all don't want to sit up here and start comparing apples to apples. Y'all don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. I don't think you're ready for that. I don't think you're ready for that, y'all. Do y'all really want to get into this? Do y'all really want to get into this? Let me go ahead and hurt y'all's feelings a little bit more right here. To anybody who think they want to talk to us any old kind of way here at all, let me go ahead and do an apples to apples comparison right here, since folks need to be educated about who the hell they talking about and talking to. Go to your Google and I want you to look up, what is the gross domestic product of Atlanta? What? Oh, you thought I was going to say something else. No. Go Google, what is the gross domestic product of Atlanta? Go look that up. Go and look up, what is the gross domestic product of Atlanta? Oh, no. We gonna get into this. I don't give a damn who y'all been fooling with or talking to before you came here tonight. There's a reason that they call me the authority. There's a reason they call me this. What's the gross domestic product of Atlanta? Well, by what I've seen here, over $400 billion. Now, go look up the gross domestic product of Jamaica. Damn! Okay, let's go ahead and let's compare apples to apples. Let us compare apples to apples here. About who gonna get it poppin'. About what you could do if we were in charge. Let's just take a look at that right quick. That's all I'm trying to do. That's all I'm trying to do. All right. Apples to apples comparison here. Y'all don't want me doing this tonight. You do not want me doing this. You don't want me to get involved in this discussion and shut it down. That's not what you want. Go fool with somebody else. Go call up somebody else. Do not ask why we are the trendsetters and the leaders here. Don't ask that. You don't want me to get involved in this and just to bring the paperwork. And no, sir, I did not bring you receipts. I brought invoices. I didn't tell you what you paid. Nigga, I'm telling you what you owe. Now let's go gully with it. Go look up the gross domestic product of Nigeria. Let's go compare the nation of Nigeria to the city of Atlanta. Oh, do y'all really want to do this? Y'all really want us to go there? Let's compare the whole nation of Nigeria to just one predominantly black city, Atlanta. We'll take forget what Drake said, 20v1, nigga. We'll take 100 million to one, nigga. We'll take 100 million. Do y'all want to talk to somebody who knows what the hell he talking about? Not some pseudoscientific clown somewhere getting his ass handed to him because he thinks he got an economics degree and making a fool of himself. Do y'all want to talk to somebody who can bring you the real numbers and make an apples to apples comparison and shut all the conversation down? In the chat room, JA79 nigga, Atlanta is not having water problems like Nigeria, please. Nigga, pack it up. What the hell you talking about? There is water in Atlanta. When you turn on the faucets, they work. Nigeria, you gotta install a faucet. Right after you install pipes. Right after you install a water main. Right after you install a water treatment plant. And then you can get some water. Nigga, don't even try that one. The lights work in Atlanta. Georgia Power works in Atlanta. The lights work in Atlanta. Nigeria, not so much. Everybody gotta bring their own generator. Nigeria, not so much. Nigga, please. Try that with somebody who don't know how to shut that down. Folks, do you see how the conversation goes? You don't want Jason Black to get involved and start discussing how to shut this down. You really don't want me to enter the fray. You don't. You don't want Jason Black to enter the chat. That's the one you don't want. You don't want me to come in with my big ass book of numbers. You don't want that. That's not what you want. Trust me. Talk your bull crap in some Twitter space and sit up here and go on Fox News and get together with your folks here and spread your lies. Don't sit up here and think you're going to sit down in front of me and it's going to get away with it. No. I'm going to shut this down real quick. Folks, we're going to shut this down. I'm talking about instantaneously. And when I shut it down, it's going to stay shut down. Because they're not going to be able to go back and go find another number that's going to outdo this. I just showed you all something you didn't even know here tonight. Just one city under our leadership is kicking the ass of their biggest country over there. Just one city. And we need you for what? What exactly? Hartsfield Jackson, we did that without you. We need you for what exactly? Oh yeah, and we keep the lights on 24/7. We need you for what? What exactly is it we, quote, need you for? To get the lights turned off? To get the water messed up? What do we need you for? To shrink our gross domestic product? For our pockets to get thinner? We need you for that? What exactly is it we need you for? I'm asking for a friend. We need you for what exactly? I'm not bringing you all no phony ass chest beating and some exaggerated claims, people. I'm bringing you the real that you can look up here in Google and compare these things and then get some dumbass who's going to think you're going to sit up here and argue his way out of this. I'm bringing it to you straight like it is. I'm bringing it to you straight like it is. We can keep this up all damn day if y'all want to. Would you like to Google the gross domestic product of the city of Detroit? What? Would you like to Google the gross domestic product of the city of Detroit? Would y'all like to go look that up? Would you like to go take a peek at that? Go ahead and take a peek at it. I ain't telling you what somebody else told me. Go ahead and do the blinds. Just go don't open the blinds all the way. Just split them a little bit. Just peek between them blinds and tell me what the gross domestic product of Detroit is. Let me find out what it is for you right quick. Let me hold something. Let me hold something. Do y'all really want me to do that? Okay, now go look up what y'all say, 270 billion. Now go look up the gross domestic product of Ethiopia. Oh, man. Oh, shucky ducky. It's like, oh, do you want to get gully with it? I thought Ethiopia was riding. I thought it was flying. I thought it was popping. No. Let's go ahead and check the paperwork. Let me check the pedigree. Let me check that pedigree right quick. No, let me check your paperwork. Let me check them numbers. Because some folks like to try to pass off their little scams. Let me check that paperwork right quick. I'll be damned. So are y'all Negroes trying to tell me? What are y'all trying to say to me, man? What are y'all trying to say to me? Are y'all trying to tell me that the city of Detroit has twice the GDP of the whole nation of Ethiopia? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Because I heard they had a bunch of millionaires over there and things was popping and it's great. You telling me that one city that we run has twice the GDP of that entire nation, but they want to tell us, they say they're here to advise us. They're here to help us. They said we the lazy ones. They said they're here to help us find a work ethic. They said that they're here to help us find a work ethic. They said they're here to help us, to help show us how to put in work. You mean so we can go to half the GDP we got now? You mean that's what you're going to help us do? You're going to help us do that. Folks, I mean, I don't know who you've been fooling with before now. I don't know who you talked to. I don't know who you was dealing with before now. But when I'm telling you right now, when I clear the deck, ain't going to be no need to go back to it. Ain't going to be no need to go back to it. Dude, the whole world is still being developed, Derek. Find a new lie, fella. The country of North America is, quote, still being developed. Find a new lie. Find a new fib. Find a new excuse. They still developing it. The whole world is still being developed. Find a new lie. Find a new excuse. You can't even name one poppin' up-to-date city over there, just one city. The whole world is being developed. Don't y'all let people sit up here and tell you little tricky-ass trick language like that. They still developing the country. We're still developing Detroit. We're still developing Atlanta. We're still developing DC. They're still developing Miami. We're still developing everywhere. We still developing here. Yeah, you're still developing the work ethic. You're still developing some results. Well, but then again, you can't tell that damn lie because how many Ethiopians have y'all heard sit up here and jump up over here telling us they got it popping? Well, we living good over there. We living rich over there. But dude, you live in Nashville. You live in Nashville. In the chat room, Israel, if it hurts your ass, nigga, get some preparation H. If the truth is hurting your ass this damn bad, get some preparation H, nigga. I don't know what to tell you. If facts are hurting your ass, get you on them butt donuts and some preparation H and try to ease that pain. It's not my job to make you feel better about this. Just you need to get some preparation H and ease that. Get some icy hot and ease that ass. Everybody wants to sit up here and cape for where they from somewhere else. We caping from where we from, where we at. We ain't caping for some other place. We're like, hey, I'm caping right here. And the reason why is because we have an established track record. We have an established track record to run on. Certainly built. You ain't got to like it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You ain't got to like that. I'm just laying it out for you like it is. And we can go down the damn list. Now, you don't want me to start making those comparisons with those other places that I mentioned. Folks, the GDP of Monaco is $8 billion. Now, explain to me how a place that you could fit into Central Park in New York City, and yet it is kicking ass in over the whole Caribbean with all 4 feet. Explain to me how that is, and then come back and tell me that in the Caribbean and Africa, you haven't sold out your children's birthright. Y'all, let me hurt some feelings right now. Let me go ahead and hurt some feelings. I got to do this because it is essential that I set the record straight. It is essential that I set the record straight. I have to do this. I have to do this. And I have some folks here, and even if you're a little wacky, understand this is a teaching moment. This is a teaching moment. Is what it is. I'm trying to tell you that. It's a teaching moment. Folks, if you think they got it popping anywhere, there's some of these places where people try to sit up here and try to act like they got it popping in them places. Folks, you can Google the average salary in Trinidad and Tobago. Damn! Would you like to Google the average salary in Jamaica? Would you like to Google the average salary in St. Kitts? Would you like to Google the average salary in Barbados? So the folks who want to tell you they got it popping, you do not want to do this with Jason Black. You don't want to do this. It just seems like a good idea in between your ears. It just seems like a good idea there. It's not a good idea in practice. It just seems like a good idea in theory, in your fantasy, when you're hitting the bong, when you're being stubborn and temperamental. It seems like a good idea there. And if you try this in the real world, however, it ain't gonna work out for you. No, because we got folk who come over here and tell us, well, that's not my nation. That's not where I'm from. We got it popping where we at. Things are good where we're at. And I'm telling y'all, it ain't good nowhere. They ain't got it popping in none of them places. You tell me how well you think you living on $10,000 a year in any place on this planet. Tell me how well you living for $10,000 a year. A year. $800 a month. You tell me where you, quote, living good for that anywhere on this planet. Show me where that at. When somebody gonna sit up here and try to gaslight you and tell you how great it is. And that we need to take advice from you. We need to listen to you so we can step our game up. What I'm saying right now is, by the way, hey, let's go ahead and compare apples to apples across the board, nigga. Let's chop this damn thing up like the produce section at Albertsons. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it for real like nobody y'all ever met. And I'm not bringing you my opinion. I'm bringing you facts and figures, numbers you can look up. You can sit up here and substantiate it on your own. You ain't got to go through me. Try to debunk these numbers. Try to disprove these numbers. Try to show where it's false or fake. And here's another one for you, nigga. Try to give credit to somebody else. Try it. Try it. Go for it. Try to give credit to somebody else and watch me shut that one down too. Watch me shut that down too. You telling me we need you? We need you for what exactly? Because I need to see your track record of accomplishment. If I'm going to follow you, you got to show me where you're a winning franchise. Show me where you winning. In the chat room, JA79, you need to call in on the phone number. The telephone lines are now open just for you. You have 2 minutes to be on the line here. The telephone number is 646-787-1933. JA79, time for you to call up here. Since we don't know nothing about Jamaica, time for you to call in. And the other fella, Calamari Chris, it's your time to call in too. Since you're going to educate all of us about where my numbers are wrong about. Y'all don't know nothing about Jamaica. Yeah, because all these numbers don't mean anything. All these numbers don't mean nothing. You need to let me tell you what's really going on here. You don't understand what's actually happening. All your fancy numbers and statistics and the numbers and the poverty rate and the numbers and the facts, that doesn't really matter. Let me tell you what it actually is. Okay, well, telephone line's now open. Now, I just want to talk to J.A., so J.A., just go ahead and get on the telephone lines and drop your area code in the chat room. Anybody else, I'm going to drop your call. That only person we're going to talk to right now is J.A. He got 2 minutes to call in or we're going to ban him. Since he said we don't know anything, it's his time to shine. It's his time to educate us. Since we don't know nothing, okay, it's time for him to sit up here and call us up and, hey, let me explain. Hey, y'all, here's the part. Here's why Jason's numbers are wrong. Now, that will not be what he says. They won't be able to say that the numbers are wrong, and they certainly won't be able to say the facts on the ground are wrong. They won't be able to say that. But, by the way, hey, here's your time to do it. We're still waiting on him. He's got 1 more minute. It doesn't take that long to call in, sir. The telephone lines are now open. The telephone lines are now open. Folks, let me explain to you here. Don't let people draw you off and lure you off into conversations about their opinions. You demand to see the paperwork. You demand to see the numbers. You demand to see the paperwork and the numbers. Okay. If it's 911, if he says his area code is 911, then it sounds to me like he needs a real emergency. So he needs to be banned from the chat room so he can get some medical attention. What he say? We put it on his ass so bad. He said his new area code is the emergency room. We put it on his ass so bad. He said his new area code is the emergency room. He said, y'all hurt my ass so bad, but mine is the emergency room. They said, Jason don't hurt him. Now, folks, let me tell you something. Now, here's something I want you to remember. Do you know how pathetic that was of him? Do you know how pathetic that was? He had his opportunity to rep his set. This is what I'm telling y'all right now. See, if I were in the room with somebody and I said something like that, I would definitely call in and be like, hey, let me go ahead and set this straight. And let me go ahead and bring y'all the numbers. And that's it. Not my opinion. These are the numbers. So I don't know what you heard, but let me bring you reality. He's sitting up here talking about y'all are wrong about Jamaica, and he doesn't even have the guts to sit up here and say, to defend Jamaica. That's what I'm talking about. He said something wrong, and then he immediately starts lying and scamming. He doesn't even have the scruples to defend it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. He just sat right here, right now, and wouldn't even defend it. Do you understand how pathetic that is? He just did that just now. Do you understand how pathetic that is? He ain't even got the guts to defend his own camp. And to at least say, well, y'all wrong about that, and then call up and say what it is. Nigga, rep your hood. Nigga, rep your hood. He doesn't even have the means to defend it. What he's telling y'all is, I ain't got nothing. But I'm going to say that anyway. Ain't got nothing. Folks, do you hear what I have said? And by the way, I have done it without denigrating anyone. I have told you the absolute anatomical truth. Jamaica is one of the most beautiful places on this planet. Hell, the Caribbean is one of the most beautiful geographic regions on this planet. It absolutely is. And it is off code as hell. You got to hold that L. It is off code as hell. And they need to be wearing our colors and wearing our stripes and repping this block, because this is the winning team. And that does not require you to denigrate nothing. It is because, understand, you ain't never gonna get your home places straightened out without us. We don't need you. You need us. We had things popping before you came over messing up the Kool-Aid. You need us to straighten out the Caribbean. We don't need you to straighten out Atlanta. We don't need you to straighten out Chicago. We don't need you to straighten out Detroit. We don't need you to straighten out Memphis. We don't need you to straighten out New Orleans. We don't need you. You need us. You need us in the Caribbean. You need us in Northern Africa. You need us in Central Africa. You need us in Sub-Saharan Africa. You need us in Subway Africa. You need us on every square inch of those places. You need us. You need the syrup. You need the gravy. You need the juice. You need everything we got. That's why you coming to us, because if you had the formula, these numbers would not be looking the damn way they do. And that's why I want to sit up here and tell you all, don't tell me a damn thing about these places and they doing well. You ain't doing well as Monaco. You're not doing well as Singapore. And you're sitting on more square footage of country. You have more square miles. You have much more to work with than those other places that I named. And it ain't there. It ain't there. Calamari Chris, your area code is not on the phone, sir. That area code is not on the phone, so you got a couple more minutes. Now, folks, see, what happens is you sit up here and get into emotional discussions and somebody says something that you consider to be an insult. So you try to figure out if you can come back with a zinger. And then we get into playing the dozens. Damn playing the dozens, nigga. Let's play big bank, take little bank. Let's play that one. You say I got something to learn from you. Let's play the hustle game. Let's play that one. And let's compare apples to apples. I will put my city up against your whole damn nation. I'll put my city up against your entire nation. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do that. I'll put my city up against your whole damn nation. Let's rock. Let's get it going. I'm ready for this. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think you're going to like it when we start pulling these numbers out. You're going to try to tell me where you popping at, and every time we turn around, y'all lying your asses about that. What we're telling you is, hey, look, stop trying to sit up here and rep your old hood and whatnot when it's failing. If you had it better than us, let's explain. Let me just say this to y'all right now, straight up, no chaser. If there was anywhere in the Caribbean that was more popping than where we are here, we'd all be over there. What? We would be trying to get in over there. If they were popping like that, we'd be trying to get in over there. We'd be trying to make a beeline over there. If that's where the action was, if they were doing better than us, we'd be trying to get over there. That's it. If these places were the Monaco of the Caribbean, but then again, the folks who live there wouldn't be there. So, but in any case, if they were really popping like that, we'd all be trying to get in. All of us. If y'all were popping like Singapore in Trinidad, we'd all be trying to get in over there. If you were popping like Malaysia in Jamaica, we'd be trying to get in over there. If you were popping like Monaco or Norway, we'd be trying to get in where you fitting in. And what we're saying is, hey, stop the gaslighting, man. Stop the gaslighting. Let me get over here the telephone lines here. Let me get caller from area code 313. You're on live with the Black Channel. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Chris from Detroit.
Okay, Chris is going to educate us out of Detroit here, Chris. So we are ready to be educated. Go, sir.
Okay, yeah, I just want to say, long time listener. Been following you since 7 a.m. So I know you're going to hold me and shit, but my issue was that, some of these people is like within the FBA movement, it's like they are anti-African in a sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like we moved from, being Africans and now we're embracing a proximity to whiteness and all of that. You know, so that's like my issue. You know what I'm saying?
Let him talk, Jason. Let him talk and let him talk. Okay, sir, I'm listening.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like, you know, when you talk about a Hebrew Israelite movement and a Native Indian movement, I'm not African. I don't look African. You know, this is the issue, you know, I have with this, because it's like it was something that was, you know, going towards reparations, and it was pro-black, but it's like you got a lot of coons, and they, you know, they cooning it up.
Okay,
you know,
sir, what you have said here.
That I have.
Okay, what you have done is you have tried to sit up here and say that we need to approximate ourselves to Africa, because if we're not doing that, then we're approximating ourselves to whiteness.
No, I'm not. I'm saying that.
Okay, that's what he just said. That's what he just said.
You know, hip hop was Afrocentric, huh?
Now he just said that, and but if you're not a tether, you'll do till the tether gets here. Now he just said that, and now that's not what I said. Yeah, that is what you just said. You just said that. Well, before now, we were trying to be Afrocentric and Pan-Africanist, and now if you're not doing that, it seems like you're trying to be something different, and that's really approximating yourself to whiteness. Now that's what he just said. So we were fine when he thought we were trying to when he said we were trying to approximate ourselves to Africans. You were okay, but if you're not trying to approximate yourself to Africans, you approximate yourself to whiteness. Why is it that there can't be sir? Why is it that there is not a European, sir? Tell me where the pro-black sir. You're not gonna talk over the host.
Sorry.
Especially when you're a liar.
My bad.
Tell me where the pro-blackness. Tell me where the pro-blackness of Africa is. Go.
I mean, that wasn't even my argument.
Okay,
right,
sir, but you just mentioned you just mentioned about Pan-Africanism and pro-blackness, and you equated them to being equal or even similar. Please tell me, if those of us who are interested in pro-blackness, tell me the example. Sir, tell me the example of pro-blackness that we should be looking to Africa for.
Well, look, this is what I'm saying.
Okay, sir, I'm gonna try this one last time. You mentioned about pro-blackness being a priority. Tell me the pro-black example we should be looking to Africa for.
Well, I'm not in Africa. I'm in America.
Okay, then why do we need to look to Africa for anything, sir? Because that's what you started off by telling us that we need to do.
That's where you originate from. You know, you got people that were, you know, that disregard Africans. You know what I'm saying? You disregard your African
Okay, sir,
heritage.
Second time here. Why should we tell me the part of pro-blackness? Do we identify ourselves as Africans or do we identify ourselves as black first, sir?
I believe it's interchangeable.
Please tell me what part of Africa substantiates what you just said.
Well, I would say everything, you know, below North Africa, because I guess the Arabs, they took over North Africa. So everything below North Africa, including where most black Americans originate from, West Africa. Second
time, please tell me what part of Africa is expressing that pro-blackness that you just stated.
Well, I mean, you're already black. It's already in you.
Sir,
you know what I'm saying?
Fourth time. Tell me where in Africa they consider it the same as you do.
Well, that wasn't my argument, though.
So you're making a false argument then, and you're claiming.
No, I'm not making a false argument.
No, you don't get, sir. You do not get to unilaterally declare that Africanness and blackness are interchangeable when we can talk to Africans and they say that you're lying and you're wrong.
No, they are the blackest people.
So you're saying that blackness is not simply a skin color. Blackness is an identity. Is that right or wrong?
I'm saying both.
Okay, sir, then tell me where in Africa that they consider black identity and black skin color to be interchangeable.
Well, like I told you, like I'm explaining.
Sir, name the place. Name the place. Okay, then you're trying to speak for them. Sir, name the place. Sir, you cannot speak for Africa. Name the place in Africa that agrees with you.
I'm not speaking for Africa.
Then you can't say that.
Who identify as.
But sir, you can't say that.
People,
you cannot hijack Africa and claim that you're going to redefine it on your terms.
Hijacking. What are you talking about?
Because if you try to say that Africa, sir, you cannot say that, sir, you're going to be quiet. You are not going to hijack Africa and claim that it means what you want it to mean. You cannot say that Africanness sir, you cannot say that Africanness and blackness are interchangeable when the Africans that you're trying to speak on behalf of say that you're a liar and you're wrong.
I mean, how? You know what? I look on YouTube, I see the sentiment. They like, come on back to Africa. You from America? Come on back, fam.
Sir, first of all, sir, you're a liar. First of all, you're a liar. But second of all, have you seen all the videos of the folk who went over there? Sir, have you seen all the videos of the folks who've gone over there and said that that's a lie?
I've seen the opposite.
So you haven't seen any video. So you haven't seen any videos sitting up here saying that these folk are mistreating us when we come to Africa. You haven't seen that.
I haven't seen any videos. I've seen the opposite. Honestly, I've seen the opposite.
And what exactly have you seen?
But that wasn't even my argument, though.
Okay, so no. That's the argument that you are making, sir. You said you haven't seen that.
No.
So you're saying that that's not what's happening.
Well, I was telling you about people who identify as Hebrew Israelites and people who identify as Native Indians. They are anti-black. They don't believe they're from Africa. They don't believe their ancestors are from Africa. That was my initial statement.
Okay, and sir, what is happening?
Those people are anti-black.
Sir, but they're anti-black too.
Who?
And they're anti-black too, sir.
I'm not in Africa. I'm in America, and this is what I see of black people.
So in other words, the facts don't matter here. He's just going to make things up because the facts don't matter.
Well, no, I am speaking facts. Are you saying that the Hebrew Israelites and people who identify as Indians are not anti-black to a certain extent?
Uh-huh. And the Africans are no different, sir.
When I see the Africans on YouTube, they're saying, come on back, family. You know, you're black, come on back. Come on back home. That's what I see. But when you see with this FBA, you see a lot of people that are anti-African in a sense. And you can equate that to being anti-black. That is my, whole gist of your argument. Like I said, I've been watching you for years, man. I've been watching you about 10 years.
Okay, then if you've been doing that, you know that we already debunked this years ago, if you know that. If you know that, then you already know that we debunked that. You know that already. And yet you're calling up tonight saying that regardless.
Even I don't know where you're going with this, but even
the
when
thing
you're
about
talking
Ghana
about
is stop crying, Victor.
I'm from Detroit.
Stop crying, Victor, because y'all cheat us out of a lot of stuff. Y'all invited us to come home, which by the thousands we did. We came running to Ghana. People sold their homes, moved out of their apartments, sold everything. Some people packed up containers and moved over here just to get over here and realize this is not our home. Y'all make us know in so many ways all the time that this is not our home. One, as you heard him, he called us foreigners. As far as you being pissed, y'all call us that. The Ghanaians call us that. We didn't make that word up. We didn't start calling ourselves that. We don't know that that's what y'all call the white people and the Chinese because we're not around them. But we know that that's what y'all call us. I ain't never heard the word before, Toby, till I came to Ghana. Okay. Y'all invite us home. Let's talk about what y'all do to us. Starting from the fucking before we get to the airport, we got to have a visa that we pay for to even enter our home. We have to pay to enter our home. We get to the air, we pay all this money for passports and visas,
getting finessed,
COVID shots at the time,
getting exploited,
and then we got to pay another $150 US for another COVID test.
Getting extorted.
Here in Ghana. That's Ghana doing that, not the US. That's y'all welcoming us home. We get to the airport, and as soon as you see a fucking blue passport, everybody's coming for us. Can you give me something small at the COVID place? You get to immigration. Can you give me something small? You get to baggage. Can you give me something small? A person grabbed a damn cart and put my bag on it and got mad because I gave him $5 US dollars because I only had hundreds because you come over here with hundreds to get the best, cash in rate. How about he looked at that and said, I don't want that. I said, what you mean you don't want it? I said, I want to know, what did you expect me to give you? He said $10. I said, so you want me to give you over 100 CDs for picking up a bag, putting it in a cart? He don't know this is like my 5th time coming through the airport.
That sounds pretty damn lazy to me, by the way. That sounds, for anybody else questioning that, by the way, hey, fellow last night, and that sounds pretty damn lazy to me. So, Chris, you just sat here and lied your ass off. Not a good look in Detroit. Lied his ass off talking about, I ain't never seen nothing like that before, which is a lie.
I'm not saying that.
Now you just been lying. That literally would have taken 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
I'm talking about the
He says he's been listening to me for over a decade, but he claims he ain't never heard of this before. Tonight's his first time hearing something like what he just heard. This woman is in Ghana on the ground saying that, by the way, all that's a lie. And I ain't never heard that before, brother. If you ain't a tether, you'll do till the tethers get here.
What is he talking about?
If you're not a tether, you'll do till the tethers get here. I'll just say it like that. Look, if you're not one, you'll do till they get here.
This is what I'm saying, bro. I guess it's mixed. I don't know, y'all want to call me Teller. I don't know what the fuck. But my dad is from here. My mom, she's from Liberia. But her great grandmother is from North Carolina.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if you can call me a tether or whatever, but like I said, I've been tuned in to this channel for years, man.
Sir,
so
first of all, he's certainly honorary at this point here. And the bottom line is, sir, you're lying your way through things because you're trying to tell us that pro-blackness is equated to Africa. And you yourself, sir, you will not talk over the host. You've already spoken enough. You were given every opportunity to substantiate the silliness that you said. You attempted to equate blackness and Africanness, and you were simply asked, show us where blackness has any sort of credibility in Africa, and you can't name a single thing. But you're trying to imprint it on yourself over here, which means you're either lying about blackness or you're lying about Africanness. Which one is it?
Are Africans black?
Sir, you can't define it.
I'm asking you, are Africans black? I'm asking the black authority, are Africans black?
Are Africans dark-skinned, melanated peoples? Are they dark-skinned, melanated peoples? Absolutely. Are they black? Well, when you ask most of them, they say no. So I'll be damned if I'm going to be like you and I'm going to try to press them into respecting blackness. If they say I'm dark-skinned, I'm Yoruba, I'm Ghanaian, I ain't black, then I'm going to take them at their word and leave it there. I'll be damned if I'm going to be like you, begging and sucking up to them to try to beg them to embrace blackness. If they do not identify as black, they're not black. They're African, like they said, or Kenyan, like they said, or Ethiopian, like they said, or Nigerian, like they said. So if they don't say they're black, I am not going to draft them into blackness. I'm going to leave them where they're at.
But they say you family, though. They say you family. Come on back, brother.
Sir, you saying that. They ain't saying that. You saying that. Yeah, and you just said you haven't been to Africa. Now you're trying to speak on their behalf. Why don't you have them say it instead?
Well, I'm talking about YouTube.
Why don't you say it? Sir, why don't you have them say it? Why don't you have them? Okay, well, you on my phone here. Why don't you have them? Why don't you go find 2 Africans to say that for you?
But that wasn't my argument.
Wow, did y'all hear that? Now he said that. You said that's what they are saying, and I'm saying, sir, you said that's what they say. They say come back home. Okay, go find 2 Africans to substantiate what you're saying because you're lying.
I'm saying black people in America need to take a look at them. We got a lot of coons, and
yes, I got one on the phone.
Black. Sorry, you talking about black people undermining us, and I was like looking at some of the mayors we had. Look at Wilson Good in Philadelphia. Look at that move bomb and shit, man.
Sir, are you trying to compare? Are you trying to compare anything in America to what has happened in the Caribbean and Africa? Would you like to talk about the president of Ghana? Would you like to talk about the president, sir? Would you like to talk about the president of Nigeria, sir? Would you like to talk about the president of Nigeria and how many people have died there? Would you like to talk about Boko Haram and how it's sanctioned by the government, actually? Would you like to talk about that? Would you like to talk about Ethiopia? Would you like to talk about Ethiopia, sir? Would you like to talk about Sierra Leone, sir? Would you like to talk about that and compare that to Wilson Good?
No.
Sir, would you like to compare apples to apples? Would you like to compare Sierra Leone to Philadelphia under Wilson Good? Would you like to do that, sir?
Well, no.
Wow. Okay. Just like the tether, just like the other tether last night, he won't even stand by his own. He won't even stand by his own statements tonight.
No, I'm saying, like, what part does colonization have in?
But sir, you just wanted to talk about. You just wanted to talk. No, sir. You just wanted to talk about people being mistreated by the folks in charge. Okay, I will see your Wilson Good and raise you a Sierra Leone.
Well, I'm saying in America.
Wow. Okay. I'm saying let's compare. America, but you're making the comparison.
What have we experienced?
But sir, you're the one making the comparison.
Exactly. That's what
okay. And I'm saying I'm saying game on. Let's compare America to Africa, sir. And I'm saying game on. Let's compare America to Africa. Then game on. Let's do it.
I'm not from Africa, bro.
Then do not try. Then don't. Then you have no standing to criticize over here and try to compare it to somewhere else as if it's better. You have no standing to do that.
What do you mean?
Because you're not going to compare, sir. You cannot compare Wilson Good to those places, sir. You cannot compare Wilson Good to those places. You can't compare them.
Well, I'm not comparing. I'm just saying we talking about people undermining us in America. What about our black politicians? Lori Lightfoot, Brandon Johnson in Chicago,
who is it that they're serving? Montgomery. Okay, sir, and how are they undermining us? Tell me how.
Look, I'll follow you. And
okay, second try, sir. How are they undermining us? Second try.
Stephen Reed, the Montgomery mayor, said he doesn't need any black support.
Okay, sir. Third time, just like the tether last night. You're saying names, you ain't saying facts, sir. Tell me how the mayor of Chicago. Tell me how the mayor of Chicago is undermining us. Go.
I said Stephen Reed.
Okay, so no. You named Lori Lightfoot. Well, that's Chicago. We're gonna stay in Chicago now. Explain to me how they undermine us. Go.
Y'all talk about this all the time. Like they're giving money to the Hispanics. They're not giving the resource to the black people of Chicago.
So you define undermining as the participation of these non-black immigrant groups.
I'm talking about Brandon Johnson.
So you define undermining as the involvement of these non-black immigrant groups. Then that's undermining us.
I mean, yeah, you can say that.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll be damned. Now, can you find an equivalent of that anywhere outside of America?
Well, look, I'm like I told you before. I'm not from America. My bad.
Okay. So, in other words, without that non-black immigrant component. So, in other words, they need that non-black immigrant component to make that happen.
No. Even like.
Wow, he just said what it was. Now he just said what it was. Now he's saying, no, that's not it, dude. If you're not a tether and you honorary, you'll do till they get here. I didn't say that. Yes, you just did. I'm repeating your words. His mama's from Liberia.
Okay. I got people on both sides.
His mama's from Liberia. No, sir. You identify as one. We can very clearly hear what you identify as. That's it right there. There you go.
I'm from Detroit. I'm a Detroit nigga.
No, you're not. No. He's sitting here next to his mama. You watch out for them over there. He's trying to tell us that Africanness. Dude, you're supposed to evolve as an adult. So when you were childish and naive, when you sat up here and trying to equate Africanness to blackness, you're supposed to be more sophisticated than that. At this point in the 21st century, you're supposed to be more sophisticated than to sit up here and try to have you're trying to have some simple-minded, childish, obsolete idea and then tell us we need to adhere to that and not adhere to the actual facts on the ground that we see in front of us.
I'm telling you the facts. I'm telling you black people in America have become anti-African.
Okay, sir, why does that matter if we're, and sir, why is that so important to you if we're not Africans?
I say black people in America are African because miseducation and people don't want to read a fucking book.
Sir, for the final time, tell me where Africa has reintegrated us as Africans.
I mean, hey, Ghana, Euro return.
Sir, have you confirmed that?
All over the place.
Sir, have you confirmed that, or are you speaking about something or have you confirmed that, or are you speaking about something you read on the internet and you can't confirm anything?
See, now you I mean, look,
take the night off.
Listening.
You've embarrassed yourself enough, haven't you?
I don't think so, bro.
Okay, I don't think I've embarrassed myself enough. Dude, I got a woman on your screen right now.
Oh, man.
Oh, there's a woman on your screen, right? Sir, be quiet. There is a woman on your screen right now. She's sitting in the very place you were just talking about, saying that everything you're saying is a lie. Now, she's sitting there saying it.
But what is she saying? I didn't hear her. What was she saying?
Sir, she's sitting there saying that everything you said was a lie. That they said they're welcoming us home, and from the moment you get off the airport, everybody's trying to scam us. They're charging us $150 for COVID shots. Everybody's trying to bum money off of us. They're sitting up here calling us names. She's sitting there saying that.
The white people in America scamming your ass.
But sir, those are not the white. But those are not the white people. Sir, those are not the white people in America, though.
What do you mean? We don't have to deal with racism and police brutality. I don't understand. What
sir, she's sitting there telling you that she's being discriminated against on Ghanaian soil.
Well, I've seen a guy. He said,
"Wow, okay, I've seen a guy.
Got it good." Okay. I've seen plenty of people. You can go on YouTube.
Okay,
sir. They went to Africa,
go home,
and they got it good, man.
Sir, hang up the phone. Hang up the phone. Just hang up the phone. Just
come on, bro. Don't do me like that, man.
Just hang up the phone. Just give it up. Give it up. Say hi to your mom, but hang up
what about Detroit? I got something to say about your Detroit comment. Can I say something about that?
No, sir. We've heard enough 1 weekend here.
Because you said the Detroit
okay, sir. You can't even get it out right. You can't even say it right. Just
no. Because I had to find my stats,
dude. You can't even. You can't, sir.
Black people in Detroit, the GDP is like 46,000. You said it was like this high number, but we really being fucked up in Detroit.
Y'all, I tried to stop him before he finished, and he was determined. Let me talk. I tried to stop him before he finished. This nigga doesn't know the difference between gross domestic product and median income. I will let that speak for itself for the remainder of this phone call. He had time to think this over, and he doesn't know the difference between gross domestic product and median income, and you would still be wrong. You still cannot compare the median income of black people in Detroit to the Caribbean, Africa, or anywhere else. By the way, you're still wrong. You still can't compare the two.
My issue was that...
Boy, and he won't quit.
We got black leadership, but we still fucked up in
and
Detroit,
he won't quit. And he won't quit. Look at him. Well, let me talk. I got more to say. It's like, dude, why don't y'all learn to quit?
Reality,
why don't y'all learn to quit while you're
crazy.
behind?
Like, we fucked up in Detroit. And you got all these cool niggas saying all this cool shit.
That's right. That's why we need to look for Africa for our example, and we need to look to them for our example. That's what we need to do. We need to follow their example. So. Folks, I mean, he had time to think. He had time to look. He had time to get it together. He just sat here and literally told you about the median income versus gross domestic. You gave us that high number. Y'all, did this nigga really think that I was saying that black folk in Detroit make $260 billion or black folk in Detroit are worth $260 billion? Damn! Did he really think that?
Boy, what in the hell's the matter with you?
I mean, did he really just sit here and say, you gave that high-ass number? Did he really think that I said that black folk in Detroit are worth $260 billion or make $260 billion? Dude, I said gross domestic product, and he needs to tell me, well, I don't know. Why does that even matter? Really? And he'll sit in the comment section and furiously tapping on you. And y'all saw I tried to stop him. I tried to stop him from doing it. He was determined. I'm crashing through. I'm crashing out, Jason. You ain't gonna stop me. I got you now. Dude, and I tried to stop that train wreck. He said, I'm determined to smash into this wall. Splat. You ain't gonna stop me. I'm coming through like the Kool-Aid man. Boom. No good deed goes unpunished. Y'all trying to get away from Africa and blackness. They're interchangeable. Who in Africa tells you that? I ain't in Africa. Okay, then they ain't vouching for your definition. It don't matter what they think. Really? He just told it doesn't matter what Africans think. It doesn't matter if their definition of blackness and ours are two different things. That doesn't matter. That's what he's saying. It doesn't matter if we're using the word blackness and they don't use it at all, or if they do, it means something different. That don't matter. Y'all's the ones messed up. That's the problem right there. Y'all messed up. We're not messed up, sir. It's called the dictionary. Y'all are going to be upset, but no, I'm not going to let them keep doing that. I just wanted to have a nice program here so we can go ahead and examine this and break this down. We'll probably do this again here soon. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here, though, but I wanted to go ahead and say that. So everybody on the phone lines there, it's just I wanted to talk to Chris. I told you. Everybody else can fall back. I just wanted to talk to him. Man, we talked to him, and repeat of that one. Let me go ahead and say here first, I want to thank everyone who has contributed toward tonight's program. Big shout out here to Fear None, Log Vegas 05, to all the new channel members, Prince of Paraphernalia, thank you very much here as well. Oh, Terrell Black, my man Terrell Black. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I also had some new channel members here, the Do Better podcast, No Yes Men, all my new channel members here tonight. Thank you very much for your support. And if you are new here to the Black channel, welcome to the Haven of Intelligent Black Thought. You saw what we do, and we do this every single weekend and most major holidays. Click that red subscribe button. Click that yellow notification bell. Make sure that you are locked in when we are here. If you haven't been to our website, blackchannelfilms.com, you want to go and check out our groundbreaking, best-selling documentary work, 7 a.m., Gentrified, Race Wars, soon to be 8 a.m. Y'all, we cooking with napalm. We're going to be getting things kicked off here again soon to be able to support the crowdfunding for it. So look for that and be locked in again. I want to thank all of you for tuning in to tonight's program. Thank you for watching live or recorded. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And this concludes tonight's broadcast of the Black Channel. I am your host, your brother, your humble servant, the Black Authority. And until next time, my brothers and my sisters from all around the world, remember, eat this, drink this, sleep this, think this, breathe this, feel this, live this, love this, everything that we are, Black first.